All right. Welcome to the stream. Debates, of course. That is what we are going to be doing. Yep, I hope you're all prepared, you're ready. I hope you're all good and stuff. But yeah. Feel free to join if you want to debate any of the topics above. And yeah. You may need a certain amount of followers. Just press the guest request and you should be let in, I do believe. But anyways, share the live, double tap, do all of that. And it'll be much appreciated. But yeah. If you want to be let in, all you need to do is just request. These are the topics. Feel free. Also, feel free to subscribe as well. It helps go a long way. I'll pin it right now. It helps the streams keep going. Feel free to subscribe as well. But anyways, if you want to debate, just join right now. These are the topics, as you know. Not one comment. I'm waiting for you guys to comment. I'm just sorting out live, getting it started up. But yeah. You guys do have evidence and you guys can join. Give me a moment. But yeah, I ate some mutton before. See, you say that like as if it's funny, but that's actually a very serious thing. These are living beings that don't want to die, that are being killed. This is very serious because when you guys make a comment like that, you could be influencing someone else to treat animal death as a joke, when in reality, it's a very serious thing. Also, give me proof why there is no God, there's no evidence. Lack of evidence is evidence of absence. Absence of evidence is evidence of absence. Like, if there's no evidence, then no evidence. Lack of evidence is evidence of absence. Absence of evidence is evidence of absence. Like, if there's no evidence, then I'm sorry. Absolutely the evidence of absence. Feel free to double tap the live as well. But yeah, make sure you join up. Being a vegan will not make you unhealthy. That is just a lie. What kind of evidence do you need for God? Tangible evidence that we can test, that can prove its existence. That's the exact type of evidence I'm looking for. But yeah, you guys making jokes about it and think it's funny. It's really serious. Nothing about this is a joke, and it's quite frankly sad that you guys would sit here and joke about things like this. But yeah, feel free to join. Jesus Christ is evidence. There is absolutely no evidence that he rose from the dead, and you need to show me evidence of that if you want me to believe it is true. The burden of proof is simply on you. That's quite frankly how it is and exactly how it works. But yeah, I'm gonna add some people in, and before you might not be as high priority, feel free to subscribe as well. It helps the streams going, and go and check out the YouTube as well.
Hello, mate.
Hey, what you
So, it's about the veganism thing, yeah?
got? Okay, why aren't you vegan?
Because I just love meat, to be honest with you. I just love meat.
Do you
Like,
want to hurt? Do you want to hurt and torture animals when you don't need to?
personally, if they gave me the choice, I would.
You would torture and hurt animals. What would you do it to people as well?
I mean, probably. If it was you, mate, I'll fucking do it, mate. I'll be real.
All right, and these are the type of people that I have to deal with. So when you guys come here and say that he's being narcissistic and rude and all of these things, that's exactly the type of stuff I have to deal with, which is quite frankly sad. And you guys joking about it, thinking it's funny, is very unfortunate. You guys are. It's really unfortunate. Like, it's a shame that you guys are not here on planet Earth and you aren't thinking critically about the stuff that you're doing. Soy farming hurts more animals than UK animal farming. That is completely false. That is absolutely false. There's no need to spout misinformation, my dear boy. It's just quite frankly irrelevant. Hey, what you got?
Hi, like to discuss go vegan.
Pardon? Why aren't you vegan?
Okay, yeah. So if you can use plastic bottles, why can't I eat meat? Why? What's the issue?
Sir, what you're doing is a non sequitur, my dear boy. Do you understand that you're trying to distract from the conversation? It isn't use plastic bottles here. It's go vegan. So can we discuss the topic at hand? Are you having trouble, folks?
Are they not both harmful?
What?
Are they not both harmful to animals?
Sir, my dear boy, are you having trouble focusing on the topic at hand? And did you hear what I said?
You're a hypocrite then. You drink
No,
from
sir,
plastic
I'm
bottles.
not a hypocrite.
But you drink from plastic bottles and that's harmful to animals. You care about animals, right?
Listen, young man, listen. Close your lips so I can respond to what you're saying.
Don't respond.
You are just Relax 1 second. Stop interrupting. Stop speaking. Let me explain myself so you can hear what I'm trying to say. As I was saying, you're distracting from the conversation. This is about
You're not answering.
minimizing the harm and
You
suffering
use
of
plastic
animals.
bottles. You
No,
use
don't
plastic
interrupt.
bottles.
Don't interrupt. Hold on 1 second. See, now I have to mute you because you won't listening. You won't listen. Veganism is about the minimizing of harm of animals. We don't want to hurt these animals, so we don't eat meat. You
So then
eating
don't drink
meat
plastic
means
bottles. Don't
animals
drink
have
from
to
plastic
die.
bottles. So then don't drink from
What
plastic
did you
bottles.
say?
Don't drink from plastic bottles then. Don't be a hypocrite.
Sir, you know what a red herring is? My dear boy, can you be quiet? Shh. Shh.
You're a hypocrite.
You are shh. You are distracting from the conversation. Thank you for the roses, Crazy Ball. Appreciate that a lot.
Why do you
You're
drink from plastic
distracting.
bottles?
My,
Okay, so why do you
can
drink from
you
plastic bottles? It's harmful to animals. So why do you drink from plastic bottles?
That is a non sequitur, meaning that has nothing to do with the argument at hand. So for the last time, I'm gonna ask you, why aren't you vegan?
Do plastic bottles not harm animals? Are you saying it don't? It
Okay,
has nothing to do with animals.
sir. So you
This
seem to
guy's
have
a
trouble
hypocrite. This guy's a
focusing.
hypocrite.
My dear boy, relax 1 second, my dear boy. Relax 1 second, my dear boy. You seem to have trouble focusing on the argument at hand. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you wanna
You
discuss the
see, this
topic, or are you
guy's
gonna
not
keep
smart. He
going to
pretends to be
something else?
smart, bro. You drink from plastic bottles. You drink from.
Okay. This dude just is incapable of discussing the topic at hand. This is quite frankly sad at this point. And this is exactly why it's just so impossible to argue with you. Hey, what you got?
Why do you think people should be vegan?
Because you don't want to hurt animals when you don't need to. Why aren't you vegan?
Because I'm just not vegan.
Yeah, but you want to cause the harming and suffering of animals?
No, but animals that
So
get used for meat don't suffer.
they absolutely do suffer. If you're killing a being to eat its dead carcass for 15 minutes of pleasure, that being is absolutely suffering for you.
No,
And
they're
that
not
is
saying
painful
that.
to the animal. 1 second, my dear boy, let me finish. And it's still not the right thing to do. So why do you continue to hurt animals when you don't need to?
They don't suffer. If
They
you
absolutely
if you
suffer.
visit a farm that produces beef,
They
you
can go to,
realise they don't suffer.
first of all, they're kept in awful conditions. But even in the case where, let's say, they weren't kept in awful conditions, where they're, raped and forcefully impregnated, which is a terrible thing to do to a conscious living being, to forcibly impregnate it to get more milk, for example, in the cow's case. But also, they are also, unable to breathe. But even killing them, ending their lives, is still an immoral thing to do when they don't want to die. Are you understanding that?
Not really.
My boy, let's come back to planet Earth. I'm just checking your brain cells are working together because you seem to be a bit slow. Let me help you out. Do you understand the fact that when you kill an animal, you end its life, and that is harmful to the animal? Do you get
Yeah,
that at
it
least?
depends how you kill them.
No, sir, you're still killing it. If I kill you, is that okay if I kill you painlessly? Should I be allowed to?
Well, it depends how you kill me, though.
So you're saying it's okay to kill people if you do it painlessly?
No, because people are different than animals. It's not
What
normal
is the
to
morally
eat people,
One
is it?
second, my dear. 1 second, my dear boy. Why is it okay to do it to animals but not people?
Because people have been killing animals since humans were first formed, like for hundreds of years.
We've also done slavery since we were first formed. Is that okay because we've done it since we were first formed? What's your argument?
You don't eat slaves, do you? It's different because people kill an animal because they need to eat.
So you're missing the point. It's not about us eating slaves. It's the fact that it's an immoral thing to do. But the fact that you're still doing it is still an immoral thing to do. Do you understand that, or are you having trouble focusing? Thank you for the comment.
It's just a whole different thing. Like slavery's not a thing anymore because obviously it's bad. But if you own a farm and you're actually giving a cow, like,
All right. You seem to have issues focusing, my dear boy.
Keep
Hey, would
it
you?
short and sweet, okay? Do you watch TV?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So listen, the TV that you watch and the phone that you're on, okay, the TV, the LCD screen included in your phone and your TV has animal derivatives in the actual LCD screen, and the batteries that you use, including in your phone that you're streaming on right now, also has animal cholesterol. So double standards, Rest my case.
Okay, my dear boy, let me explain to you how. Oh, and he just left. You didn't rest any case. You just done what another guest did like a few minutes before. If you were actually paying attention, what he did was a non sequitur or red herring. You're trying to distract from the conversation by mentioning something else and talking about irrelevant things. It is genuinely ridiculous. That's not the topic at hand. We're not discussing LCD screens. So for you to run away and be scared is quite frankly unfortunate. Hey, what you got?
Basically, I'm having a hard time becoming vegan and shit. Do you have any advice?
Just keep at it. Keep doing your best. That's all the advice I can give you. Join up. Join up. Make sure you subscribe as well. Helps go a long way. I'm a penny
Hello.
right now. Hey, what you got?
Okay, first of all, God is imaginary. That's not true, but I'm not going to argue on you with that. Go vegan. Why do you want people to go vegan? Can you
Because you don't
explain?
hurt animals when you don't. Not being vegan means you eat meat, and an animal has to die and suffer for that. And so, if you don't eat meat, you minimize the harm and suffering of animals, which is what we want to do because it's ethically correct.
But like, the thing is, you can't really like force people to not, because like people, this live. I'm not being rude, but like this live is honestly pointless because people won't go vegan.
1 second, young lady.
People won't
Young
go
lady,
vegan
give me
just because
1
you're telling
second,
them
young
to.
lady. 1 second, young lady. Let me help you out because you seem to be struggling with logic. First of all,
I'm not.
they said the
Okay.
same thing about. 1 second, my dear lady. They said the same thing about slavery as well. They said it will never stop because it's too profitable. We love it. Why would we ever stop owning slaves? That's exactly their thought process, which is exactly what you said right now. I'm sure it was definitely difficult for the first state to end slavery when everybody else was doing it. But you know what? They decided to be moral and they kept going at it and they eventually stopped the harm and suffering of millions of people who are being enslaved. And we can do the same thing with 90 billion animals a year that are dying because you want to eat meat. Oh, and she left. Damn, the logic hurt her that bad. The logic hurt her that bad. That is wild. This is quite frankly sad. You guys got zero arguments. Hey, would you?
So you're saying that the argument for going vegan, right, is that you are evil if you eating meat, essentially.
I don't think you're evil, but it's an evil thing that you're doing. Yes, causing the harm and suffering of animals.
What moral system do you follow?
I mean, it's more of an internal critique. Do you believe that put torture and suffering of animals is a good thing? Would you want to minimize it?
I want to minimize suffering of animals, but
Okay, so if you don't need to cause them suffering, then by the statement you just made that you want to minimize their suffering, you probably try and not eat them. Are you understanding that?
I don't think it's that simple though, because are you what do you say?
It is that simple. You just need to not put something that in your mouth that is a dead carcass of an animal. That's a pretty simple thing to do.
Do you follow the harm?
You having trouble with that, my dear boy? What'd you say?
The harm principle.
Pardon?
The harm principle. Or
What,
utilitarianism.
explain to me what you think the harm principle is.
So utilitarianism would be the greatest good for the most amount of people, right?
Yes.
So say I come from and I think you do as well, originally or ethnically come from a country that nomad pastoralists would kill and eat animals,
My
right?
dear boy, you're taking a long time and you're quite slow in your speech. I'm just checking that we're here on the planet Earth together because you seem to have you seem to be struggling with understanding my argument. Here's what I'm saying, okay? You don't need to eat meat. These are conscious beings that are being harmed. No, 1 second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. So you need to not eat meat to avoid harming these animals. It's not a complicated process. You just need to put plant-based foods into your mouth. It's as simple as that.
Okay. First of all, you don't need to be condescending because I'm pretty sure I'm speaking faster than you, but anyway.
No, my dear boy. You are not speaking faster than me. Everybody double tap the live.
Hello.
And feel free to subscribe as well. 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Give me a moment. All right. Anyways, let me add someone else in. Hey, what you got?
Hello.
Hey, what you got?
Why do you think God's not real? Oh, I'm
Also, feel free to check out the YouTube where you can find all my other debates. But regardless, let's get back into the debates and let's keep going. And I eat eggs and yogurt because there's still the harming and suffering of an animal to get you your eggs and yogurt. A being has to suffer for that to occur. And if you guys are going to request, please join, because it's quite frustrating when you request and you don't join. I don't really know if this person is 1 second, but yeah, if you're going to cause harm and suffering of animals, that is a bad thing.
Hello.
I'm perfectly healthy. I'm perfectly healthy.
Hello. Hello.
Anyways, cavemen didn't have. I can't hate. Oh my goodness, is this gonna be that thing where I can't hear people?
So I'm just going back to the vegan point. I don't understand. You're saying that, you know, to be vegan, you're trying to minimize the amount of harm done to animals, whereas I think that you drinking from plastic bottles is not minimizing the harm done to animals. I know you're about to say that I'm, you know, distracting from the conversation, but it is part of the conversation. Plastic
I
waste
mean,
goes into
it
the
is.
oceans and hurts animals.
The thing about veganism is more to do with what you consume in terms of food wise, like nutrients into your body, in terms of eating and stuff, not eating meat, more on that side than to do with what utensils you use to drink water. That's the whole point though. So right now it's the discussion of like eating meat rather than, you know, using plastic. You know what I'm saying? That's it, like it goes up into a separate other argument.
But the main aim harm done to animals.
That is exact.
And
Yeah,
that
but
the main aim was
it's more
not
to
use.
do with
I mean, we could use
it's more to
glass
do with
bottles.
it's more, man, 1 second, it's more to do with not eating meat rather than changing what you use to drink water, if you know what I mean.
Okay, well,
But yeah.
I think it's
Anyways, this person, Jesus, is already ready to accept you. He's just waiting for your open to door. He's knocking on. I'm looking at my door. I don't see him. I don't hear a knock. I do not hear a knock. So that is demonstrably false. She was winning. She wasn't winning anything. I mean, I already addressed the point before, as she acknowledged as well. So you're quite frankly wrong on that.
Yo, hello.
Hey, what you got?
I don't
Hello?
believe you should be vegan, you know.
Pardon?
I don't believe in veganism.
Why not?
Because it's not healthy.
It's absolutely healthy, perfectly
How
healthy on a
come you
vegan
can't?
diet. So
How
you're
come you
quite
can't be
frankly
pregnant though? And how come you can't be pregnant and vegan?
okay. You're not making sense, sir. Like you guys need to come up with good points. A reply to you in terms of what? Can you not spam in my chat? What do you mean reply? You're like you guys need to make sense, bro. Can you show me the evidence?
I just want to ask you like a quick question. I hope you're well. It's not me trying to antagonize you or go crazy and say you're wrong, I'm right. You can believe what you want to believe. I'm not.
So
here-
what do you want to debate,
One second,
sir?
one
You
second,
don't.
one second,
I'm well
finish.
aware. What
Let me
do you want to
finish.
debate, sir?
Let me finish.
Hold on 1 second, my dear boy. My dear boy, relax 1 second.
Let me
Relax 1
finish.
second. I
Let me
need
finish.
you to explain what you need to say fairly quickly
Let me
because
finish. Let
you
me
seem to
finish.
have
So
this whole introduction.
This is it. Let me finish. Can I finish what I'm saying? So I'm not here to convert you or prove to you God exists or
Sir,
anything
you've
like
said that, but I don't need you
No,
to keep repeating the same thing.
Let me
1
finish.
second, my dear
Let me
boy.
finish.
I have to mute you. You're muted. I can't hear what you're saying. Like, guys, can you not rush what you're saying? Can you just get to the point quickly? That's the whole point of these lives. My dear boy, you're muted. No one can hear you. I've muted you. So you need to unmute yourself if you want to speak. But please don't ramble. Just get to the arguments because I like people being quick here.
Okay, I'm gonna be quick here. I'm gonna get to the point. But one thing's for sure is this: is that I'm not here to like convert you or anything. You believe in being veganism and you don't believe a God exists. My first question to you is this: As a fellow human being, I'm sure you watch the music industry and you see what happens in the music industry and how they have the logos of the devil. You've seen that, correct?
That means absolutely
No,
nothing to me,
you've
sir.
seen
They
that,
could have
correct? You've
one
seen
second,
how
one
they
second. Let me
worship the
answer your
devil.
question, sir. Close your lips
You've
so I
seen
can
that.
answer your question. If you're gonna
Go on,
ask
then.
a question, you need to give me time to
Don't answer the
respond.
question.
As
Make
I
it
was saying,
make it
one second, my dear boy. One
make
second,
it
my dear boy. Let me answer your
make it
question
quick.
for you. Let me
Make it
answer your
quick.
question.
Go
As
on,
I
then.
was saying,
Make it quick.
one second. Relax, relax. One
You're
second, my
waiting.
dear
Hurry
boy.
up.
Relax.
You're waffling.
As I was saying, one second. As I was saying, they could have Peppa Pig logos for like what does that mean? Like honestly, a devil
So, if
doesn't
they've
mean much to
proven
me.
the
I'd
devil
say it's a
exists,
definition.
if there's such a thing as a devil exists, should there not be such a thing as a God that exists? That's the
I
point.
don't think a devil, in terms of what, I don't think a supernatural being of a devil or God exists. I don't believe any of
So this
those
is what it is.
exist.
This is what
So
it is.
it's irrelevant
That's
to me.
the fact that if there is a devil, and the music industry has proven, they have their horns, they have their one eye symbol, they have all the Illuminati symbols, and it's in there that the devil exists. If the devil exists, does a God not exist?
They haven't proven a devil, my dear
No,
boy. They
they
haven't
did.
proven a
If
devil.
you look at it,
They've just
if you
that
look at
like
if you look at
no.
the singing, when they do even that Sam Smith guy, he has the horns. Even that Lil Nas X, he did a video where he gave the devil a fucking lap dance. You dick.
So and
Okay? No,
that
that
doesn't mean
proves if
anything.
the
That
devil
doesn't prove
exists,
any
like God
supernatural
does exist as
being,
well.
sir.
You dumb fucker.
Yeah, you're truly lost. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Like, you've not proven anything. So what if they're doing that? Like, you, my dear, I think he's confused. I really do hope you get the help that you require, but that really is quite unfortunate that you represent your God in that way by insulting me, and which is an ad hominem, then leaving the live. It shows that you're quite emotional and you might need to calm down a little bit. But does anyone who has any actual evidence want to come and join and not give me some emotional baggage and have a whole explanation? That was very silly. That was like I don't know what you have against the music industry, but I really do hope you get over your fear of Lil Nas X. Anyways, what you
Yeah.
got?
Yeah, hello, yeah. So I just want to talk about like you know the how you call it the non-repetitive theory for evolution. So like the Big Bang theory. So basically, scientists talking about like you know infinite regress. Have you heard of the
What topic are you trying to argue? What topic are you trying to debate?
the God argument?
Okay, so why do you believe God is real? What's your argument?
Have you heard of the infinite regress theory?
So explain to me what you think that argument is.
Well, it's basically that like the universe. So basically, the argument states that the universe, right, like there has to be a beginning. If not, there's no like origin. Like to like something cannot just come out of nowhere. If there's no foundation to that, so like there needs to be like a foundation of like a
Okay,
reasoning.
let me help you out. One second, let me help you out. So I think you're trying to talk about maybe the Kalam cosmological and the infinite regress argument, and that there needs to be an uncaused cause for everything. And there's multiple refutations to that. For example, one of them is what caused God in that case. Another one would be the universe could have always been here. There's multiple refutations for that. But regardless, what is your response?
Yeah, so basically, I just think that like when it comes to like the argument of God, I feel like even if it's true that you can't like obviously you can't just use like the ontological an assumption that everything needs a starting point. My main argument here is like if we don't have any foundation to base our logic on in terms of like any belief, like we need some sort of like just like science does, like science goes through certain processes, right,
No,
to arrive to a
my boy, I
conclusion.
think you're
So
a bit confused. One second, my dear boy. I think you're a bit confused. I don't understand what you're saying. You're kind of saying something, but at the same time, I'm a bit confused. So I'd appreciate if you kind of get to the point quickly. But
yeah. So
regardless,
my main point here is like we need like in every in like whether you're like a believer like or a non-believer, like we all need a foundation. Like we can't just say that there's no God at the same time not giving proof to why. Because like if it's that like every if it's that every like if it's that every
you're I don't know what you're saying. You're not making sense, my dear boy. I think you need to come back to planet Earth and reevaluate what you're saying because it doesn't make sense.
Yes, bro.
Hey, what you got?
Right.
What do you want to debate, sir?
I want to debate the vegan thing. I want to debate the evolution thing. I want to debate the God thing, bro. Everything.
Okay, which one do you want to start with then? We'll go one by
Going
one.
vegan. Going
Okay,
vegan.
why aren't you vegan?
Huh?
Why aren't you vegan?
Well, I'm not saying I'm not vegan. I'm saying
Okay,
going
so-
vegan is actually the way forward. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
okay,
going
what do you
vegetarian is
disagree-
actually the way
One
forward
second,
because.
my dear boy. Relax.
All right.
Please, let me speak to you.
Yeah.
What do you disagree on in terms of debate? Two people have to disagree. So, what do you disagree on that you want to debate?
Bro, God is real, yeah? And personally,
Okay,
I think you're
so
only
that-
putting this up, yeah? I only think you're
Where's
putting this
the
up, yeah? Because the
evidence?
truth is, no, don't cut me off. It's because you're being weak. You're being weak, yeah? And you're giving
Relax,
up, yeah?
my dear boy.
Okay, go on now,
Relax.
shush, go on.
Don't get
Go on.
emotional, my man. Don't get emotional.
Go on, I'm showing
Relax.
strength. I'm showing strength. I'm showing strength. I'm relaxed.
I'm just
I'm relaxed.
checking. 1 second. I'm just checking that we're together on planet Earth, where we need
Yeah,
to
we're
provide
together.
evidence
We're
to our
both Earthlings. We're both Earthlings.
Okay, nice.
I
So
respect you as
let
an
me ask
Earthling.
you. 1 second, my dear boy. What's your
Yeah?
evidence for your
My
belief?
dear boy, my evidence is that boy. Yeah? God is there, bruv. Yeah? You see how they call, you ever heard of the fifth element? Have you ever heard of the fifth element? Ever?
Let me help you out. You're not making
No,
sense.
you can't help me out,
So,
bro, because you're lost.
one
You're
second,
lost. You're
1
weak
second.
and you giving up on the Most High. You're giving up on the Most High, so you're weak.
Sir, you're very emotional. I need you to relax, okay? If we're gonna have a debate, you need to relax yourself. You need to speak with less emotion and more logic. You need to use your brain and stop talking nonsense. My dear
I'm
boy,
not
can you
talking nonsense,
actually
I'm talking sense.
give me evidence for why you believe a supernatural deity is existent?
Bro, I was in the same position you was not long ago, I swear. Yeah? I was in the exact
Sir,
same
what's your
position you
evidence?
was not long ago.
What evidence convinced you? I don't want emotional arguments. I need evidence, straight evidence, sir.
Okay. All right, you ever heard of fifth element, yeah?
What is the fifth element? I don't know what you're talking
All
about.
right, it's
Please
space,
enlighten me.
it's ether, it's spirit. It's the Holy Spirit that joins us all together as human beings.
Where is
Yeah,
the
it's the
evidence of that?
emptiness.
You have
It's
you
the
have
emptiness
do you
that
have
we
like
haven't seen, that we
experiments
can't
that
see.
prove this is real? One
Huh?
second, 1 second. Do you have evidence that proves these things are real? Can you show me that?
Okay, it's like you saying, can you show me your God? Does he real? Can you touch him? Blah blah blah. Well, that's like me saying to you, can you show me your sense? Can you show me your sense? Can you touch it? Can you show me your thoughts? Can you
Sir,
show me
1
your thoughts?
second.
Can you touch it? Is
1
your
second,
thoughts
sir.
real? Is your sense
1
real?
second, sir.
It's like that.
My dear boy, relax 1 second. You seem to have
Okay.
trouble focusing on what I'm saying. All I'm asking you is to provide me with the evidence for what you believe and show me demonstrably that I can see, observe, and test for what you're claiming. That's not too far. That's not too much to ask, my dear boy.
Okay, brother,
So explain
brother.
to me
First
what your
things first,
evidence
yeah? Stop calling me my dear boy like you're a slave master. Yeah? I'm your brother. Yeah?
is. Okay. I really need someone who can rationally debate here because it's quite tough if these are just emotional arguments. God is real. Show me your evidence. I'll believe, but I just want evidence. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, right.
Hey, what you got? How old are you?
18.
Go with Barney. You're not 18. Just read the Bible. That's circular evidence. You can't use the Bible to
fuck
prove the
you.
Bible. Another believer. Kindest believer. Average Christian.
Yo,
Hey,
hello?
what you got? Hey, what you got?
Hello?
I can hear you. What do you want to debate, sir?
The go vegan topic.
Why aren't you vegan?
Tell me, why should I be vegan? Give me your
Because you
reason.
don't want to hurt animals to avoid the harm and suffering of conscious beings.
I mean, but we've been evolved to eat animals.
No, sir. I mean, we evolved and eating animals was useful, but we no longer need to do that. We also evolved to enslave other people, but are you going to say it's good because we evolved to do it?
I mean, I see your point.
So,
But
what's your response? Or do you secede that you should be vegan?
I mean, there's animals on
What'd
this
you
planet
say?
for a reason.
No, there's animals on this planet doesn't mean the reason is because they're food for us. You've kind of implied that and presupposed that, and that's not necessarily the case.
So you think eating a vegetarian diet is more beneficial than eating an animal-based diet?
That's exactly what I was saying, if you were paying attention. In fact, that you can be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet.
But you do realize that people who are vegan, they have to supplement through many and many pills. You know how
No, sir. That's
they
false.
do.
Relax 1 second, my dear boy. Relax 1 second, my dear boy. That's not the case. They don't need to supplement. You can be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet, in case you were misinformed. So now you are aware that the truth is that you can be healthy without causing the harm, suffering, torture, and pain of animals. Why aren't you vegan?
You're forgetting that you're forgetting that we don't get everything from plants. That's why they have to supplement most stuff, like L-carnitine, creatine, B12. There's many stuff that we can't get.
You just ignored what I said. I'd appreciate if you come down to planet Earth and actually acknowledge the things that I'm saying. Like, this is embarrassing at this point. I've just explained to you that that is not the case, and yet you continue to say falsehoods. So I'd appreciate if you would actually engage rationally with the debate. Feel free to subscribe as well. It helps keep the lives going. It helps go a long way. Subscribe right here, and also check out my YouTube on my link.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, your mic's unclear. You might want to go to a place without music. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. It helps the lives keep going. Also, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube and check out the other debates. They're very entertaining. And yeah. Hey, what you got? Oh. You guys need to actually turn on your microphones. I don't know if you know.
What's up, my man?
What do you want to debate, sir?
Go vegan. Who would want to be vegan?
Why aren't you vegan? Why aren't you vegan?
Why are you vegan?
Because I don't want to hurt animals when I don't need to. Why aren't you vegan?
Okay, what are you drinking right now?
Sir, that
water,
is
right?
nothing to do.
You got a
Relax
bottle,
1 second.
right?
Relax
You
1
drive a
second, my
car?
dear boy. Relax 1 second, my dear boy. That has nothing
My
to
dear
do with
boy,
what we're talking
check it out. Check it out, son.
1 second, 1 second. Sir, relax 1 second. Shh.
Okay,
You seem to
son.
have trouble focusing on what we're talking about. The water bottle, this bottle has nothing to do with going vegan. You don't need to eat meat, so why aren't you vegan?
You're hurting animals. Your existence is hurting animals. You're killing animals yourself.
Sir, I'm not saying 0 animals will die. That I'm not saying that, but we can minimize the animals that die and minimize the suffering that we cause them
So you go.
by being vegan.
So you're telling me you go vegan because you don't want to hurt animals?
That's true, sir. Well done. You figured it out.
But how you hurting animals? You're not hurting animals. It's just.
In some
It
cases, some
depends.
pesticides may hurt living animals, but way more hurt with meat eaters. So if you want to minimize the suffering, you would stop eating meat. Is there some part of that you're not understanding?
Yeah, we need meat. I mean, I agree with you with pork. Pig shouldn't be eaten. But
Shh. And listen. Use your ears.
chicken,
Shh.
it's
Shh.
alright.
1 second. 1 second. Be
God
quiet. Close your
replanted
lips
these
so I can respond to
animals
what
for
you're
us,
saying.
brother.
1 second, my dear boy. Do you have any evidence that God exists?
I own my animals. I have a farm. So if I
Sir,
would
did you listen to the
to
question?
unalive a cow,
My dear
I
boy,
would love to
relax, my dear
unalive a
boy.
cow and eat it.
Come back to planet Earth. Yo, what's
Same
good,
thing with the
my
chicken.
subscriber? What's good,
Same thing with the
Fonzo
lamb.
Cisne? Alright, bro. This dude is lost. I need you to actually use your brain. It seems like you don't have an IQ above 50. But anyways, everyone say hello to Fonzo Cisne. I don't know how you pronounce that. I hope that's correct. My subscriber, how you doing, my man? And also you can subscribe as well. It helps keep the streams going. It helps go a long way. Just press this, press the profile, and click the subscription. It helps the lives go a long way. And also check out the YouTube for my other debates. But you guys aren't providing evidence. You guys seem to lack an ability to provide evidence. Are you doing well? I hope you're doing well, my man. I made sure I followed you as well. Feel free to DM me at any point. I'll respond. Thank you for subscribing. Hey, what you got?
Yo, hello. Hey, what up?
What do you want to debate?
It's not necessarily a debate, but I have a question about the vegan stuff.
What's your question?
Do you have a pet?
Hey, what you got? Oh, and he left again. Can someone actually join and not leave 2 seconds later? Because it's getting kind of frustrating. Hey, what you got?
Hello, brother. Are you okay?
What do you want to debate, sir?
I want to debate what you're talking about meat and stuff. I haven't got a problem with not eating meat.
Okay, but why do you eat meat? That's the issue at hand.
I just eat meat anyway. It's the same reason you eat plants, yeah?
No, because an animal has to die and has to suffer
No,
for
no,
you to
no,
have
no.
that meat.
Plants.
No,
Plants has the
no.
same.
1 second, my dear boy.
Okay, go on. I'll give you a second, yeah?
Relax 1 second.
I'm
As I was
relaxing.
saying, let's pause. Let's come down to planet Earth.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
In my
planet Earth,
case,
yeah.
eating plants, no animals are being hurt. In your case, an animal has to feel pain and has to suffer in an awful way. So why aren't you vegan?
Because I still eat greens and stuff like that, which is plant feed, yeah. Which is the same. No. It all has feelings like meat, like we have feelings, yeah.
1 second.
Everything is
My dear boy.
alive, my friend.
What? Relax. Shh.
No, not at all. Don't turn me off, please. Because
You seem to have
weakness.
trouble. 1 second.
I have no
You seem to have
trouble.
trouble. 1 second. Let me speak.
I can focus.
You seem to have trouble.
I'm a 50-year-old.
All right. You seem to have trouble focusing what I'm saying. So let me help you out a bit. Okay. Here's the case. You are hurting animals because they have a nervous system, so they can feel pain, and you're still ending the life of a sentient being, which is a terrible thing. Second of all, in my case, plant-based foods, plants do not have a nervous system. Plants are not conscious. Plants don't feel pain, so it's not hurting a living being. So you need to actually come up with a good argument or go away. You can unmute yourself, sir. And I don't think you know how. How unfortunate. Does anyone with an actual argument? Why do mushrooms scream? That's just false. Mushrooms do not scream. Hey, where'd you go? Hello? Okay. You guys need actual evidence for your arguments. You guys are providing terrible arguments. You have no evidence, no arguments, no nothing. It's getting sad at this point. Also, feel free to subscribe. It helps the streams keep going. I've just pinned it now. Feel free to subscribe. You get extra perks and all of that. So make sure you guys subscribe. Also check out the YouTube for my other debates. You might find them interesting as well. But yeah, this is getting bad at this point. You guys are providing zero evidence whatsoever.
Hello?
Hey, what you got? How old are you?
I'm very old. But
Go watch Barney and go watch Cocomelon. You guys need to actually be of a certain age. Like, it's not even on me. Like, TikTok will just not allow you on. Hey, what you got? Hey,
I've
what you got?
been on here, and I've followed TikTok for three months now, and I have never heard anybody as ignorant as you, and I've never been
Young
on
lady.
to tell anybody how they
Young lady.
conduct
Young lady.
themselves. Now, if
Young
you're going to
lady,
talk
please
to
be
people,
quiet.
you talk to them with a little bit of respect,
1 second,
because
young lady.
making
Okay,
yourself...
I'm gonna have to mute you. Relax 1 second. You seem to have trouble focusing, so let me bring you back to planet Earth because you seem to be a bit emotional. I need you to calm down so we can engage in a logical debate. Young lady, please understand what I'm saying. You need to provide evidence for your beliefs. I know it may hurt a lot. Trust me, I know. It's sad. Like, you have to provide evidence. It was tough for me at first, but then I was like, dang, I have no evidence to believe. So what's the whole point in believing? So I'll unmute you, and I hope you're listening and you can actually engage with what I'm saying.
to you.
What do you want
Don't,
to say?
don't,
Relax, young lady. Relax, young lady. What do you want to debate? These are the topics.
to
Do you want to
relax,
debate or not?
okay?
You want to debate or not?
Oh,
Hello?
I just text and
Okay. You seem to be struggling. You seem to be struggling with your words, so I'll let you go and sleep now. But does anyone else want to come in and actually provide some good arguments and good evidence? Hey, what you got?
Chicken solos.
Are you religious? Probably was. I'm trying to add people who I've not seen before. Once I've added them in, then I'll add people who've been in before. Because if I've debated you, there's no point in me debating
Hello?
you again. I mean, hey, what you got?
Hey man, just to be clear, I'm 21. Also, I'm coming in from a relative stance of ignorance. I don't actually understand the vegan argument. So, whatever point I make, if like there is a rebuttal, I'd like you to correct me, and I'm happy to take it from a stance of someone that's willing to learn. So, I actually think this is a pretty interesting take, considering majority of people won't come with this, and also since it kind of tackles both of the two things that you're talking about. So, number one is I am actually Muslim, right? And in Islam, as you might be aware of, we have halal meat, and we exclusively eat halal meat, which is the minimalist way of like harming an animal as
Sir,
little as
I'm
possible.
sorry, but I'm gonna
before-
have to interrupt you. Just one second, my dear boy. I'm gonna have to interrupt you to quite correct what you're saying. I understand you're religious, which it gets complicated because first you need to prove God, and that's a whole separate argument. So if you don't want to go on the God side yet, we can just discuss the vegan part. And then quick, let me just explain to you. Veganism is just avoiding the harm and suffering of animals and not killing animals because they're conscious beings, and it's a moral argument, and that's not good to kill them. Just like you, they can breathe. You know, they're exactly like humans,
Yeah.
just not as
Um,
intelligent. So, what
I
would be the
understand.
justification?
Okay, I get that. So we can go into the God point after, but for the most part, the God point is kind of just to just give a little bit of context to the point. So in Islam, we have obviously we only eat halal meat, and
the
through
rose.
the process, pardon,
No, carry on. I was just thanking him for the rose. Carry on.
and through the process of like I guess creating halal meat, you don't really harm the animal.
Yes, you do. If you're killing it in the end, you are harming the animal. Like you can do it as long of an explanation as you want, but you're still harming the animal at the end, and that is immoral in and of itself. So I need someone to actually debate who can understand that that is the case, you know. Anyways. Hello? Oh, and he left.
Hello.
Hey, what you got?
Right, so the phone you're using right now, yeah?
Ma'am, is this gonna be another one of the you do that, so you can't speak on that? We're discussing veganism right here, if you can read. So do you want to discuss the topic at hand instead of trying to distract with something else?
Hold up.
Thank you.
This is why the trolls happen with the vegan slide, because they don't let other people speak. I was literally just about
One
to start
second, my dear
something
lady. 1
politely.
second, my dear lady. Relax 1 second. I'm just checking to confirm you're on planet Earth and that we can actually engage
Are
in a
you on
proper
planet
debate.
Earth? Because you're rude. Did your mum raise you like? Because at the end of the day, the way you're speaking to other people, because you want people to go vegan, but you can't.
Relax, young lady. Shh. I need you to relax 1 second. You seem very emotional right now.
Hold on, no.
You need
It's
to
because you
actually
don't let no one
engage and
speak.
speak.
You want people to go vegan,
Just
but you
relax.
let the fact that you can't let other people speak. Because what? Because you're using a product that is made out of things that abuse animals. Your LED screen on your phone, the glue on that, do you know what that's made out of? Hoofs. That's from an animal. Yes? Yes. So you really cannot say you're a
Ma'am.
vegan, can you?
Ma'am,
You can't say
you
you're a
seem
vegan
to have
when
trouble.
you're using.
Ma'am, 1 second. Let me speak. Close your lips so I can
How
respond.
about you
You
close
seem
your
to have
lips?
trouble focusing. Ma'am, 1 second. Relax 1 second. You seem to have trouble focusing on what I'm telling you.
Hold on, I
Okay?
don't think
This
you
is
are.
what you're doing is a
You're
red
the
herring.
one
You're trying to
using.
distract. 1 second, my dear lady. 1 second. You'll get your chance to speak.
All right, I'll let
You're
you
trying
speak.
to
Go on, I'll let you speak.
Thank you. Thank you, as I've been trying to do. You're trying to distract from the conversation by bringing up, as I said, a red herring. You're doing this, so you can't speak about this. Well, unfortunately, ma'am, that's not how debate works. We are not discussing about glue or whatever the hell you want to speak about. We're discussing about eating meat.
I wasn't pointing
What were you
fingers. I
saying?
was asking, do you know that fact? Do you know that
Ma'am,
that fact is true?
that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, okay?
We're on about
Do you
right. We're on
understand that?
about animals and the way their bodies are getting used and abused. Yes. That's what we're on
Yes,
about,
that's
right?
what
That
we're
is,
talking about.
yes.
That's exactly what we're talking
All
about.
right,
So
then
there's
can
no
we
need
go
to
on to
come
the
here so
vegan point?
emotional.
I'm emotional because of the way you think that you lot can speak and basically put down people that are not vegans just because they're pointing facts out.
Ma'am, can we stay on topic, please? Instead of going on and on and on.
All right, then let's go
Thank
to
you.
the next fact then, yeah, shall we? Clothing right now that you're wearing. Do you know where every single part of that fabric's from? None of that's from sheep, no? Just making sure that.
Are you
No,
serious?
I'm being
Did
serious,
you
yeah.
hear any of what I just said? Are you having trouble focusing?
No, I'm
Is
not having
everything
trouble
working?
focusing. No, it's just the fact
Okay,
of
I'm
I
just
just
making
don't
sure,
care
man.
about your
'Cause
facts because you're the
I'm,
fact of
I'm,
you're not listening to other
one
people because
second,
they're not
man.
vegan.
I'm just making sure, man, because you seem a bit
I
lost, so
have
I
the
have to
button too, so I
continually
can
mute
unmute
you.
myself, so there's no point muting me.
One second, my young lady. One second, young lady. Let me speak. Thank you. Close your lips so I can respond.
All right, so
As
don't
you
be
were
disrespectful
saying,
with it. Do not be disrespectful with it.
okay, it's just impossible if you're so emotional that you coming here crying about whatever you're crying about. It's quite frankly upsetting. It's unfortunate. We're not talking about what I'm wearing. We're talking about these topics right here. Yet you continually want to distract and discuss other topics at hand. It's quite frankly frustrating. It's annoying. It's just, yeah, that's essentially what it is.
No way.
Hey, what you got?
And I've been waiting for a while, you know, to get in with this live, bro.
Yeah, I know. What do you want to debate?
Brilliant, man. I want to start with the vegan, to be honest, because I think you're interrupting people, so I don't want you to start interrupting me, for starters, and don't be calling me
My dear boy,
my young boy.
can you get to
I
your
don't want
argument,
a
my
young
dear
boy
boy? Can you
either,
get to
because
your
I ain't
argument?
no young boy.
One
For starters,
second, one second, one second, because you've been waiting this whole time and you're about to get kicked off. So you better show the appropriate respect and actually engage with the debate. As I was saying, what do you want to debate? I don't need a whole introduction. Just get to your argument or get to why you aren't being vegan. KSI does not eat meat.
Sweet. Well, I'll start. Yeah, we'll start with vegan, bro, because you seem to be arguing with a lot of people about vegan, but I want to hear why you should be a vegan for starters.
Because you don't want to hurt and abuse animals and torture them for meat when you don't need to.
Have you
Simple
not
as
heard
that.
about the disadvantages of being vegan, though? There's quite a few
There is
disadvantages
no,
of being
sir.
vegan.
You've
Yes,
been misinformed.
All right.
One
Let me
second, my
start,
dear
man.
boy. One
Okay,
second,
come
my
on.
dear boy.
All
1 second, my dear boy. Let me respond to what you're saying. First of all, that is not the case. You've been misinformed and you've deluded yourself into thinking that being vegan is unhealthy.
Okay,
That is false.
nutrition deficiencies. For
One
starters,
sec.
just
Let me
remember,
finish. Let me
you
finish.
didn't let
Let
me
me
finish.
finish.
Let me tell you,
No,
nutrition
sir.
deficiencies
Please, sir.
risk
1
of
second. 1
vitamin
second.
C. Come on, bro, anemia. There's loads of things, man. There's plenty of disadvantages. I'm not being shushed by you because
Be
that's
quiet
really
so I
rude,
can
man. You're
respond.
rude.
Close
You've
your
got
lips so I
no
can respond to
respect
what
for
you're
no
saying.
one, bro.
All right. I'm gonna have to mute you. KSI was not eating chicken. Let me clear that up. KSI does not eat meat. KSI is a vegan. Let me quite frankly clear up that lie that you guys have espoused amongst yourselves. Second of all, you can be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet. That is absolutely the case. You can be healthy on a vegan diet. So it's quite frustrating when you come in here and say misinformation and say that you cannot be healthy on a vegan diet. That is quite frankly false. And I'm helping you out, and you seem to have issue coming to those conditions. Hey, where'd you go?
Yeah,
I
so
added you in. 1 second. I'll add you in after. I didn't mean to add you in. Hey, what you got?
Hi. I wanted to start by saying that I completely respect the vegan thing, and I've nothing against it. Nothing like I admire that you're able to do that. But I just have the point of view like there are some people who cannot tolerate a vegan diet and so couldn't be healthy on it.
Okay, ma'am. In that case, if you absolutely cannot, and you have to have beings to be tortured for you, then I could understand that. But in 99.99% of cases, you know, that is perfectly healthy. You can be perfectly fine on a vegan diet and you can afford a vegan diet and you can be healthy on one. So it's quite frankly bad and immoral. 1 second, it's quite frankly immoral to not be vegan. Simple as that.
Okay, I get what you're saying. But in using those words of like if you genuinely can't tolerate it and you have to be and you have to slaughter animals for this, that and the other, it's like you're making people feel bad for things that they don't have control over.
First of all, yes, if you're paying for that food to be eaten, then you quite frankly have control over it and control of the suffering of animals. Is there some
What are
part
they
of
meant
that
to
that you're
do?
not comprehending?
What are they meant to do if they're gonna end up being malnourished if they cannot tolerate a vegan diet?
Well, I said in the case that you absolutely have to, then fine, but that's not the case with most people, hence why they should go vegan
Okay.
and stop torturing animals.
I 100% get that, but when you said that, that even when you were saying if you absolutely have to, then it's a different case, but you still use negative language of, well, you're still contributing to the torture of animals, which I get.
You are. What do you want me to
I
say?
get
Do you
that
want me to
you're making.
sugarcoat it? All these animals are being slightly. No, that is what is happening. I'm merely being truthful. That
Right,
is it. I'm just making sure we're on planet Earth and we understand what is happening to these animals.
I get it, and like I said, I respect it. I just don't think you should make people feel bad.
Plants produce a frequency in which plants can not only perceive light, perceive smell, but they also perceive a frequency when they're under stress. This frequency cannot be heard by the likes of human beings, but it is loud as human speech. So with that being said, when you speak about us going vegan, we are still going to be torturing plant and vegetation life. You feel me? We're still going to be.
No, they don't feel pain, sir.
They
Do plants
do.
feel pain?
They do.
No, they do not. They don't have a nervous system. You know, if you know basic biology, you know that they do not have a nervous system, my dear boy. And in that case, they cannot feel pain. Is there some part of that that you're struggling to understand?
I just gave you a study that shows that they do. I just literally gave you a study. It's a peer-reviewed study, which you can go and research right now. You can go look it up right now.
The point was this. Let me help you out. You seem to be struggling. Plants cannot feel pain. They do not have a nervous system. What you're describing, what frequency, which is quite frankly false. You'd have to DM me the study and I'll check it out. But I can already tell it's going to be some false, not reliable study. But I'll check it out and I'll prove you wrong when I next go live. But you're quite frankly wrong. It's basic biology to know that plants cannot feel pain because they don't have nerves. And if you knew basic biology, first grade biology, you'd know that only animals that have a nervous system can feel pain.
But it's a peer-reviewed study.
So you can say it's a peer-reviewed study. That doesn't make it a peer-reviewed study. You're presupposing that, my dear boy. All right, who wants to be added in that? How is God imaginary? No evidence. Show me evidence, and he won't be imaginary. It's very simple. Hey, what you got? God exists, F vegans. Where's the evidence?
I want to go on the
Hello?
go vegan. I want to go on the go vegan.
Okay,
topic.
why aren't you vegan?
Because us as humans, we're omnivores, correct? But we fluctuate both on meat and plants. Humans are not made to only eat plants. So why are
So
you?
you can be, sir, relax 1 second. You can be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet. So you're just quite frankly wrong. I don't know what else to tell you. You're just wrong.
But you do realize that 92% of vegans are deficient in B12?
No, sir. You
Creatine?
can get this from pastas, beans, lentils. You're not creatine as well. These are just not. That's just not true. You can be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet. You can. Why do you keep spouting nonsense when I keep correcting you? You still try and validify your nonsense. That is false, sir. And I'm
Okay,
telling
so
you that, and you have an issue with that, my dear boy.
then how come 92% of vegans are deficient
That's
in
not
specific
true, sir.
nutrients? How is
Sir,
that not
what
true?
part of 1 second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. Let me help you out. You seem to be struggling intellectually in this conversation. That is false. Vegans are not deficient. 90, whatever, I'd like to see the study in which you got that from, because that is quite frankly false. And you keep going on about falsehoods that are not true, and you're not listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Okay.
Feel free to check out the YouTube as well for the other debates. Hey, what you got?
Hi, okay. I'm vegetarian myself, but I want to know what the benefit of being vegan is.
You don't cause the harm and suffering of animals, ma'am. That's exactly what the benefit
I
is.
know,
If you
and
were
that's
paying
why I'm
attention.
vegetarian. But like, what's the difference? Like,
Difference is you're still harming animals if you're a vegetarian. They're still being exploited. Eggs, milk. You're quite literally graping cows to get the milk that you want. And so you're still hurting them. That's the whole point, ma'am. God is the best. Where's the evidence? You're saying imaginary being is the best. You're killing millions of beings. You're killing way more because how would the animal consent? Exactly, they can't. That's why it's bad. You're making that argument for me, my dear lady. What is your point?
Yeah, all right, mate. So that the point what the lady's just made there, and she wanted to know the difference between going vegetarian and going vegan. But don't you actually harm animals to protect your crops? Is that right?
No, thank you, Omar, for the roses. No, what are you trying to say?
Oh no, I was just checking some things. What
All
else?
right, you go and sort that out then. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the gifts. Feel free to subscribe. It helps the live streams keep going. Helps go a long way. Thank you for the roses, Ligma Fardo. Appreciate it a lot. Feel free to subscribe as well. Helps the streams keep going. But you guys are misinformed, and I'm helping you out. I'm educating you. Hey, what you got?
Hey, dude. I've been vegan a long time, and the same old arguments I keep hearing popping up on the live stream. I just want to say that think about it this way: animals need to eat food, a lot more food than we do. So you're growing a lot of food to feed an animal, to kill it and torture it in order to get less food by the end of it, which is completely and utterly unsustainable. It's cruel. It's not necessary. And vegans have persistently shown that you don't need to eat animals and can live much healthier lives on plants, which I've been doing for 10 years, and I've never been healthier. So there's a lot of propaganda that the meat and dairy industry are indoctrinating you guys that believe this stuff, and it's really important to try and ask yourself, are these your beliefs, or are these what have been kind of indoctrinated into you via these industries because they want to sell. That's all it's about. So vegans have taken the liberty to realize the extent of their actions and actually go and look at the truth, because essentially vegans are truth seekers in a sense, because they know it's true that you will cause suffering to animals, whether you're vegan or vegetarian. It's true that you can live absolutely 100% healthier on a plant-based diet. And it's true that, you're being lied to by these industries who want to take your money and, give you carcinogenic foods, leading to heart disease, diabetes, cancers, and all these things. So this is the thing, are you thinking for yourself, or are you just listening to the propaganda? Because for me, I prefer to live a life knowing that I'm thinking for myself.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope you guys were listening. I hope you were using your ears and you listened properly. I really do hope you do. Hey, what you got? Hello? Okay, another scared believer who has no evidence of their God and so decides to run away. Can someone who actually has an argument come and not just run away? Because it's quite frankly embarrassing at this point. I couldn't debate back. He was agreeing with me. Hey, what you got?
Hello, I was just wondering, why do you believe God is imaginary?
There's absolutely zero evidence of his existence.
He sent down Jesus as evidence. There's evidence.
No, where's your evidence of that?
Eyewitnesses.
What do you mean eyewitnesses? Did you have a video camera to record Jesus coming down from heaven? Because if so, show me the footage.
Oh, no,
I'd like to
because
see
video
it.
cameras didn't exist back then, you know that. Mark, Luke, and John.
Okay, yeah, but then it's just hearsay with no evidence. Just because you say it and they say it and they say they saw it doesn't mean it was true. I could say I saw a unicorn 2 days ago. If I have no evidence, then why on earth would
Do you believe you have a brain?
I do believe I have a brain.
Have you ever seen your brain?
No, I've never seen my
Then why do you believe you have a brain?
because we can observe brain activity, we can observe other brains and see the physical actual brain and test for it. That's exactly why.
And then people
You're
observed
trying to get a
Jesus.
quick
They
gotcha moment
saw
and it isn't working.
they saw Jesus die and then resurrect 3 days later.
They saw him resurrect.
Yeah.
How? How do you know that? How do you know he did? How do you know they're not lying?
Why would they lie? Because they end up dying for that. The Romans made
How would
them
they lie?
say,
I don't
what
know.
we
They,
really
but the
see.
fact is they could have lied. That's the point. And so you have no. It's not an 100%
But why would they
proven
die
thing.
for a lie? Because the
One
Romans
second,
said,
my dear boy. One
all right,
second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. So the fact is, it's not an 100% proven thing, and so there's no reason to believe it. That's the whole point. And so, unless you have 100% immutable proof, why would you expect anyone to believe that?
but those people also died for their beliefs when the Romans said, "Did you see Jesus resurrect
So,
himself?" They said, "Yes, I did. We did."
one second,
They got
one
killed.
second, one second. My boy, you seem to have trouble focusing. If I died for the Earth being flat, does that make the Earth flat because I died for it?
Well, the point is, why would they go to the extent
So it's a
of?
yes or no question. Can you answer the question and not distract? I just asked you a simple question. If I die for the Earth being flat, does that make it a fact that the Earth is flat?
Well, no.
Okay, so if I die for someone who resurrected with no proof, does that make it the case because I died for it?
Yeah, but the point you can. There's pictures of the Earth being round.
It's a simple answer, sir. 1 second, my man. It's a
I've
simple
answered it.
answer, young. What?
I've already answered it. You asked me the question. I
And the
said no.
answer was no. And the answer was no. So I'd appreciate if you'd actually come back to planet Earth a bit and actually engage with me properly. Hey, where'd you go? Can you join up quickly? Hey, where'd you go? Hello?
Hello.
What do you want to debate?
Nothing.
I don't know what's funny, but okay. I know it's quite funny when you have absolutely no evidence here, you believe something. That's something that's funny. Hey, what you got? Hello?
Grayson, where are they? Oh, I just took a whole lot.
Sir, are you good?
Knocked one, knocked one.
Okay. Hey, what you got?
Hi, so I had a question about vegan.
Yep, what's your question?
So, don't cows like getting milked?
No, cows don't like being graped is the correct terminology you're using for it because animals cannot consent to activities such as being killed for their meat or being graped to be impregnated to produce more milk. So the answer is no, they don't enjoy it. I'm sure grape is not something that a living being enjoys, being unconsensually killed. If you're struggling to comprehend that, is everything working? I'm just confirming.
Well, I did a couple of research before I joined, and it did state that cows do enjoy being milked because it can like hurt them if they're not being milked. So,
You seem to have trouble focusing, so I'll repeat again for the second time. So make sure you're listening right now. An animal cannot consent to those activities and does not enjoy being milked because this is a painful process that it does not consent to. Is there some part of that you're struggling to understand? So like, you need to make sense
okay, how is it painful?
because they're forcefully impregnated. Do you think forcefully impregnating someone is a peaceful process?
No.
Okay, so you can kind of understand why an animal would not like being forcefully impregnated, such as a cow, so you can get some more milk from it. Is your brain wrapping itself around the idea? Are you understanding?
Yar.
Okay. Let's hope it did.
I'm good. So, are
Hey,
you vegan, right?
go with your Barney.
Right, so I have a question. How does have to do with like veganism? Like, how does God have to do with vegan?
How old are you? Go with Cocomelon. Can someone above the age of 2 please join the live? Thank you.
I have a question, right?
Here would you go?
The plants can't consent either. They're living organism. They're living. They can't consent either.
1 second, my dear boy.
Okay, speak.
First of all, 1 second, my dear boy. First of all, these we have to eat something. So a living being will have to die. This is basic biology. We will have to eat something. The point is minimizing the harm and suffering we cause to these beings. Plants don't feel pain. Plants aren't sentient. So guess what? It makes sense if we use our brains really hard to not hurt them. Is there some part of that you cannot understand, my dear boy?
Damn. No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay.
But what does wait.
Damn, he really is lost. Like, I really blew him back. He wasn't ready for that. Actual logic? He didn't know what to say.
Yo,
Damn.
yo.
Hey, what you got?
So, would you eat meat for £1 million? Don't use my
How old are
joke, you
you?
bitch! Caleb, don't use my joke.
Go watch Cocomelon. Both of you.
Hello,
Hey,
how
what
you doing?
got? What do you want to debate?
Are you okay to have a conversation without being arrogant and just being humble, yeah?
What do you want to debate, my dear boy?
We're not going to debate about veganism because firstly we have to establish there's a creator because the creator sets the standards. Once we've established there's a creator, then we can talk about veganism. So,
Okay, so 1 second. Are you religious?
I am correct.
What religion are you?
Islam.
What religion? Okay, where is your evidence that Allah exists and isn't a fictional delusion?
Okay. Can you disprove it first?
Sir, you're making the claim. You need to provide the evidence. If I claim there's a teapot flying around the sun, a really small teapot, then I need to provide evidence of that, or there's no reason for anyone to believe what I'm saying. So where is your evidence?
Yeah, but you just said I made a claim. I've come onto your live and your first line is God is imaginary. So can you just prove that, please? Yeah.
You're making a claim that he exists. If you don't believe so, you're claiming that God exists. The burden of proof is on you to prove that. You're making the claim. Whatever God, whatever religion, Christianity, whatever. So where is your evidence of that?
Okay, my evidence is everything you see around you must have a creator. Otherwise, where did it come from?
Okay. You're trying to use a cosmological argument, but I don't think you're realizing. So let me help you out. First of all, we could say, where did God come from? Second of all, we could say the universe has always been here. What's your refutation to any of that?
So the first one of the universe has always been here. I'm a human being with a brain. Please, can you let that fit my brain? How can the universe always be here without creator? Right. So shushing. So the shushing proves to me that you're here.
1 second, my dear boy. The fact is
What
that
do you
is
mean,
a
my dear boy?
possibility. 1 second, my dear boy. Don't interrupt. So the point is that it could have very easily have always been here. That is a very obvious case. Second of all, we'd say, where is God? Where did God come from? That could be a possibility. And even the case where I don't know where everything came from, you can't presuppose that it is God. That is quite logically, that's a logical fallacy. So you need to provide your evidence for that. So if you want to speak,
may I speak now?
Go and speak, but stay on topic. Don't do anything else. Just answer to the refutation I made.
Please, may I speak, sir? Thank you, sir. You've basically just said to me, how can God, who created God, or how can God always be here? Literally, the second sentence you said was, it's very easy to say that the universe could always be here. Please, can you explain, sir?
Yep, the universe could have always been here. We that's a possibility. Unless you can refute that, then I don't know what you're trying to say. But regardless, I need your evidence that God exists. Can you provide that?
Did you hear the words that came out of your mouth, sir? You said, how can God, how is it possible that God was...
1 second. Can you provide the evidence of your God? That's the topic at hand here. That's
Yeah,
the topic
you've got.
at hand.
Yeah, sir, you've got the word fact. So can you provide the fact that the universe has always been
Sir,
here? What
sir,
started the
that's about
universe?
evolution. Sir, you're describing a different topic. That's about evolution. Are we moving topics? Or are we still on the God topic? Are we
Oh,
on the
so you're
God's
not
topic?
sure. So you're not sure about what created
Sir,
where we came
sir,
from
are
then?
you listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth? Are you aware of what I'm saying? Let's come back to planet Earth. I'm just here to confirm we're on planet Earth and that we're not delusional. You seem to be delusional because you're making claims with no evidence. So if you can back up the claims that you're saying, then I'd appreciate that. What is your evidence for your delusion?
Okay, I agree with you then. Now, I want to be an atheist. Where did everything start? How did everything begin? I want to be an atheist. Please help.
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know. So what are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
What are
You
you
don't know
doing?
either.
Give me
We
the
both
answer.
don't know.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
1 second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. We both don't know the answer. That is the case. We both don't know. We both. But you're claiming that a supernatural deity did it instead of being humble and saying, I don't know.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. You just said God is imaginary. So is that claim still I don't know, or is it definitely imaginary?
Sir, there's no evidence. Evidence.
You just said I
absence
don't
of
know.
evidence is evidence of absence.
So you're
Absence
not
of
an are you an atheist or agnostic?
Sir, where is your evidence? Do you believe he exists?
Okay, right. Well, anyway, forget all that. Right, let me give you the evidence for a creator. Anything you look around, the most basic of thing, a piece of paper. You go to a 5-year-old child, they'll say a piece of paper has a creator, right? But you go to the human eye, the human, the animals, the planets, everything, and you say, do you know what? That cannot have a creator. So you say complicated things cannot have a creator, but basic things must have a creator. Please, can you explain, sir?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I was a bit distracted. So could you just summarize it quickly?
I do apologize, sir. I do apologize, sir. You said, right, everything you look around, the most basicest of objects, must have a creator. Piece of paper, a pencil, just the most basicest of things, right? But when you look at complicated things, I haven't finished. You said to summarize. I haven't finished.
1 second, my dear boy. I'm just helping you because you seem to be struggling with the English
I am
language.
struggling. Please help me, sir. Please help me, sir.
1 second. 1 second. Basicest isn't a word. It's the most basic. So I was just helping you out.
I'm going to stick with the word basicest, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, when you look at the human body and animals and planets and the universe and the solar system and the precision that we live in and the DNA and the complicatedness of all of it, you say no, that came from randomness, not a creator.
Do you have any evidence that it didn't? Do you have any evidence that it came from a creator?
Yeah, the illogicality of it.
Do you have video footage of God putting together DNA?
I have the same video footage that you have from where we all came from and from how the universe started. And
so we can observe it. We have physical evidence. We can observe.
So why did you earlier on say we don't have an answer of how things started? We can observe it. Give me an answer.
About DNA. I was talking about DNA. You seem to be lost a bit. You seem to
no. We have video footage of DNA. We have video footage of DNA, but not where it came from, where it started.
It's intelligent.
There's intelligent design behind it.
Sir, we have no. What is the difference between intelligent design and non-intelligent design? You only have one sample size.
Intelligent design has to have. Intelligent design has order behind it. Has precision behind it.
What is order? What is order? What is order? Tell me what is order. We don't even have an objective measure of order. What do you define as order? Do you know what objectively is order? How can you make that claim?
Everything works. You know, if the Earth was, not in that position, if it was closer to the sun, if it was further away from the sun,
So what if it was?
We wouldn't have the right conditions. We wouldn't have the right conditions to live on Earth.
Sir, do you know how many extinction events have happened? Do you know how many times? Clearly, Earth is not very hospitable to life. Do you know how many extinction events we've had? So your claim is quite literally baseless. If that was the case, the dinosaurs would still be here. But unfortunately, the conditions weren't right and they're gone. So your God clearly is incapable of making an environment suitable for life. So can you clarify that before you start spouting nonsense?
So when science changes all the time, and the facts that you claim are facts, they change all the time. So how can you explain that, please?
That's the beauty of science, sir. We can improve on the things and we don't make baseless claims. But regardless, this isn't a talk about
If the claim,
paradigms and
if the
paradigms.
claim, if the claim has a base,
One
it can't
second, my
change.
dear boy.
Get it?
1 second, my dear boy.
The
1 second,
theories.
my dear boy. This is about God is imaginary. So where is your evidence? That's
You
all
know,
I'm asking for.
right? Serious question: is this satire, or are you trying to be? Are you ignorant?
You continually avoid what I'm saying. You're just avoiding the debate and you're avoiding what I'm saying. It's quite frankly sad. Also, feel free to subscribe. It helps the streams go a long way. Subscribe here. Helps the streams go a long way. The prices may increase soon. So subscribe now. You get shout outs. You get to join Discord. You get a lot of benefits. So make sure you subscribe. Also go check out the YouTube for all the other debates as well. You can go and check them out as well. Yeah, I appreciate it a lot. It helps go a long way. But anyways, let's try and add someone in who's capable of rational debate, because this is quite frankly unfortunate. Oh, and this dude ran away. Nice. Can someone who's not gonna run away join? Hey, what you got?
Hello?
What do you want to debate?
Well, I basically agree with you on most things. I had a question about veganism, basically.
Yeah, what's your question?
So, are you against like eating honey or like products from insects?
Can someone who actually wants to debate come here, please?
How you doing, bro?
That's not got to do with what I'm talking about, and you know it. Hey,
How
what
you
you
doing?
got?
Yeah, yeah. You say God is imaginary. What's the proof behind it?
There's no evidence of his existence.
Yeah, but the absence of evidence does not necessitate that the evidence of absence. So if you are asserting
That
something, you
it
need to prove
actually
it.
does, sir. Sir, 1 second. That statement is actually false. It actually does. If you're making a claim and you have no evidence for it, that's a good reason to believe what you're saying is a lie. Are you understanding that, my dear boy?
If I don't see anything, if I don't see any money in your wallet right now, can I assume that you have no money in your wallet?
Yeah, that's a good reason to believe it, sir. If I'm
Nah.
bold and I say I have hair, 1 second, my dear boy. If I'm bold and I say I have hair, me being bold is a good indication that I have no hair. The absence of my hair is good evidence of the absence that I have hair, quite simply because you see no hair. There's no evidence of it. Do you understand that?
You already said you were bald. So if you were come to me and then I saw you bald, then obviously you have no hair. That's already proof right there. You are asserting something without proof.
Shh. And listen. As I just said, if you have no evidence, then unfortunately there's no reason for anyone to believe you. So if you have evidence, please demonstrate it.
You're the one making an assertion. But anyways, anything that has a beginning, anything that has a beginning has a cause. The universe had a
Sir,
beginning,
okay,
then
okay.
therefore had a cause.
What about that statement? How do you know the universe had a beginning?
Because we know the universe is not eternal, because eternity cannot
How do you know
experience
that?
change.
How do you know
Because
that?
eternity cannot experience change.
No.
Yes, it
How do
does.
you what you're just
Because
making
if the
you're
universe,
making these up.
because if they, okay,
One
if the
second.
universe cannot finish.
Listen, 1 second. Let me help you out. Let me help you out with logic. You're making these things up. I'm sorry, but you're making these things up. There's no evidence that an internal being would have no change. And in that case, regardless, what made God then? If you're claiming that what made him? If you're claiming everything
Okay, we're
has to
going
have
one by one, one by one. You're making two claims here. You're making what evidence does eternity does not experience change? Oh, very simple. But something is eternal is something that is like infinite and does not experience change. Because if it's eternal, that means it's always been, and something that's all hold on
Hold on,
cannot be.
something being eternal and something experiencing change, that's mutually exclusive. There is no evidence that something being eternal cannot change. And in that case, you also disprove
There
God as
is,
well,
there is.
because
Let
a
me
lot of people
let
say
let.
God is eternal
Okay, I'm
and
not.
he
I'm not going
changes.
to God yet. We're going one by one. We're going from the eternal point. If we say
Sir,
that
you
the
need to hurry
universe
up.
is
You seem
eternal,
to be
hold on.
struggling.
Let me. Do you believe in the Big Bang? That the beginning has a point of creation? Don't you believe in the Big Bang, or even
No,
now we see
no,
the Big Bang
I
theory?
don't. No, I don't think the
The
Big
Big
Bang
Bang
was the
being
start of creation.
proven
I don't
by
know what the
seeing
start
the
of
light.
creation is.
uh, Big Bang being proven by seeing the light. There's evidence for the Big Bang theory. You can go look onto it, or I can bring it here if you want to. I can put it on my screen where they have researches saying
So what are you
trying to
trying to
see.
say? You got me lost, sir. 1 second, my dear boy. One
Hmm.
second, my dear boy. Can you actually keep up with the debate? I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Okay.
What
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 I'm
what are you,
saying, what I'm
which
trying to
do you
prove is that
let's start
the universe has a beginning with the Big Bang,
You don't
and
know that,
also
sir. That's not true.
yes,
The Big Bang
there
is
are proof.
describing a. 1 second, relax 1 second, relax 1 second. The Big Bang is describing a process of how everything has moved away and it was previously together. We have no idea whether that was the case at the start of the universe. We don't know what the start was. We don't know what was before the Big Bang. There very well could have been something. We don't know if it was even the
Yeah.
start.
So
Quite
now that
frankly, we don't.
so there has to be something before the Big Bang, correct?
No, there
Without
doesn't.
that
Why do you
cause,
keep saying that?
you just
Shh,
admitted
shh, shh.
disingenuous. I
That's
believe
not
the host is being
necessarily the
disingenuous.
case. Shh, 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 shh. That's not necessarily the case. We
It
don't
is.
know that there
We do.
had to have been something. That you're just asserting that.
Deductive,
You need to
with
provide
deductive
evidence to
reasoning,
back up your
I
point.
can make logical conclusion with deductive reasoning. Yes, unless you can prove me wrong. Give me a flaw to my logic for me, please. I just give
Sir,
you
you're just
deductive
I
reasoning.
just said
I
you're
gave you
you're making it.
deductive reasoning. Give me a flaw to my logic.
No, you didn't, sir. I
Okay,
just said that that's
this
not the
guy is
case
being
that every
disingenuous.
one.
This
Can you
host
let
is
me
being
speak?
disingenuous.
Can you let me speak, my dear boy? Can
Could
you
you
let me
actually
speak?
give me a counter for me, please?
One
Give me a
second, my
counter.
dear boy. Let me speak. Let me speak. Close your lips so I can respond to what you're saying. As I was saying, you don't know that everything had to have a start. That's not necessarily true. So you're making that claim up with zero evidence. So
Okay,
can you
we
actually
have
provide
evidence
evidence?
for we have evidence for the Big Bang. The Big Bang. With retracting light from the beginning. We know this already. Unless you
Okay, sir.
haven't
One
done your
second.
research.
1 second.
Hold on,
Did you
hold on. Can I
one?
finish?
Did you
Can
hear
I
what I
finish, please?
said? No, no, you cannot finish because you're not making
Okay.
sense. As I was saying, I'm not saying the Big Bang didn't happen. It absolutely did happen. We have evidence for it. But I'm saying it may not have been the start of the universe. We don't know what the start of the universe was. We don't know what caused the Big Bang. We quite frankly don't know. It's a very big question in physics. So you claiming that I'm claiming that it's the start. That's not the case. So can you
Could you
engage with
describe the
what I'm
Big
saying?
Bang? Could you describe the Big Bang, or should I give you the definition on what the Big Bang theory actually explains? Because you said that's not the start when it's actually the start
My
of
dear
every
boy,
matter.
you seem to be struggling with logic, so I recommend that you um try and sort that out.
Hello.
Hey, what you got?
Hello.
What you want to debate?
I want to debate veganism. I think you can't just force being vegan on
How old
someone.
are you? How old are you?
I'm 19.
Go watch Cocomelon. Hey, what you got?
What I'm saying is, why are you forcing people to be vegan? They can just eat what they want.
Go watch Barney.
Are you able to hear me? Okay.
Yep. What do you want to debate, sir?
All right. Yeah, I was going on the vegan thing. I'm assuming you're vegan, yeah?
Yeah. What about it?
Are you I'm more curious if you um as far as like your opinion on veganism, would it be okay to eat meat if you were to kill that animal yourself, or you're more against harming animals in any way, shape, or form at all?
I mean, in minimizing harm, I acknowledge that harm is inevitable and something is going to be harmed, but I want to minimize the harm that we cause animals and hence not eating meat because we don't have to eat meat. That is the whole point of veganism.
Gotcha. So are you, I guess my thing is, if we were to stop completely like mass producing animals like we are, to create as much meat as we are to eat meat, and what is it called? We were to completely stop eating meat, we are like naturally omnivores, right? Like we can eat, we could digest meat and plants just alike.
Yep.
just like other animals that are also omnivores, like bears. They can digest plants and they can digest meat as well. So are you saying it's naturally not right for us to eat meat just because it harms other animals? Because if we were to stop, other animals are going to eat those animals if they're just out in the
Yeah,
wild.
but sir, other animals also grape other animals. Doesn't mean we need to start graping animals because other animals do it. Okay, we can have intellect and not do the things that the animals have to do because they have to eat meat and they don't have the intellect to choose a more moral path. However, you have the intellect to choose a more ethical path. Hence, that is what you should do because that's internally consistent.
Okay, I see that. And you're
Okay.
not Christian, though.
Did you just say I'm not a Christian? Well done. You can read. God is imaginary. I wonder how you came to that.
God, bro. Find God. Trust. Find God.
Go
That's
watch
all you
your
gotta do.
Go watch your Barney. Also, feel free to subscribe. It helps the lives keep going. It helps the lives go a long way. Subscribe here. It helps the streams keep going. Also, check out the YouTube for all my other content and go subscribe there. Really helps the live streams going and it really helps a lot. I'm adding one more person, then I might end this live stream soon. I've been going live for quite a bit.
Hello?
Hey, what you got?
Can you prove to me why I should go vegan? Because that's the prompt, right?
Because yep, correct. Well done. You can read, but yeah, it's the more moral thing to do. It's
Why
you
is
don't want to hurt animals. You don't want to cause them harm and
Can you
suffering.
prove that it's the more moral thing to do?
Do you want to harm animals? Do you want to harm animals and cause them pain and suffering?
I don't necessarily want to harm animals or cause pain or suffering, but I want the nutrients from animals, which is what everyone does when they consume meat.
No, most people do it for tasting pleasure, but regardless, you don't act, you can get it fully. One second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. You can get it perfectly healthy from a vegan diet. You don't have to eat these animals. That is the case. So why do you continually choose the animals when you don't need to?
I'll ask you a question. Would you
Yep.
eat lab-grown meat?
Would you say?
Would you eat lab-grown meat?
I mean, yes, because
So you're not a vegan.
no animals are being. No, that's not the case. It's about the minimization and the harm and suffering of animals. When people eat meat, that's usually
Brother, you
involves.
need
One second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. In that case, most people have to kill an animal to eat the food. In that case of lab-grown meat, no animals being harmed. Hence, I do not have an issue with it. The issue with eating meat in most instances is that it's done through factory farming, and animals have to be killed and suffer in the most awful ways. That's the point.
Okay, can I ask you another question? Would you
Yeah,
say
one more.
humans are more important than animals?
No, I think we're very much equally as important. And regardless, even if I did think humans were more important than animals, I think I'm more important than you. Doesn't mean I'm going to kill and eat you for my taste buds. Do you understand that? So even if I think we are more important, that doesn't mean we get to treat animals anyhow and start hurting them.
The reason why I say this, right, is because would you rather kill a baby or would you rather kill an animal like a chicken?
Are you paying attention, my dude?
This is important.
I'll repeat it again. It's not a matter of would you rather. We don't need to. That is end of. We don't need to. So that's an irrelevant analogy.
We do need to, because people's digestive systems, right? Nomads, for example, pastoralists, they graze animals, they eat meat. They've been doing that for thousands of years. People have nutrient deficiencies. Not everybody can be a vegan. And to say that you're going to be evil or you're somehow immoral, or it's more moral to eat grass and leaves and stuff, I don't see. You still haven't proved that, by the way.
First of all, yes, we also did slavery for a while, but we realized it's ethically wrong to do that, and we've been eating meat, so we don't need to do that either. Sir, are you catching on? Or are you still lost? This is tiring. No arguments, no evidence, no nothing. Make sure you subscribe here. It helps go a long way. Press the profile, and subscribe. It helps the streams keep going. Hey, what you got?
Hey, so I want to discuss with you the idea of God being imaginary.
Yeah. What do you want to discuss?
So I'm
Do you
an
believe in God?
Orthodox Christian.
Where's
Yes,
your
I believe
evidence
in
of
God.
God?
I'm an Orthodox Christian.
Where's
So,
your evidence?
let me explain. But please, I know I'm gonna make a point, and when I make my point, don't just kick me, alright? Because I've seen you do that.
So just say your point. Make your argument. Where's your evidence? Show me the evidence.
Okay. So as you know, Jesus was historically crucified, right? Yes.
Okay.
You know Jesus was historically crucified, right?
Nice. That doesn't prove he's God, but
Okay.
okay.
Now, we have texts that predate. Yeah, I know. We have texts that predate his crucifixion, like the Dead Sea Scrolls. They predate his crucifixion by 300 years, and yet they include prophecies such as Psalm 22:16. For dogs have surrounded me, they have pierced my hands and my feet. Not only that, Psalms 22 in and of itself is an entire prophecy about his incarnation and crucifixion. If we start from verse 14 to verse 18, it's a perfect scientific description of crucifixion, and it talks about pierced hands and feet, people playing with his garments, which we know was Roman tradition at the time. So we have historically fulfilled prophecies. What would be your reply to that?
That was a whole bunch of words, but not once did I see that there's evidence that he rose from the dead. He was crucified, sure, I can be
That's the
crucified.
prophecy.
That doesn't prove that he's
Okay,
supernatural.
okay. Sir, do you know what a prophecy is?
One second, my dear boy. Let me
All
finish,
right,
please.
take your time, take your time.
Please and thank you. As I was saying, that does not prove he's a supernatural being and he resurrected, which is a separate supernatural experience. So if you could provide evidence of that, then I'll feel free to secede and prove he exists.
Okay. I think you completely misunderstood my point. My point was not talking about his crucifixion. I was not talking about his resurrection. I was discussing how we have prophecies of the crucifixion. If we have historically fulfilled prophecies, like 100% certainly fulfilled prophecies.
This is genuinely mind-boggling. You just repeated the same point you said and did not address what I said.
My dear,
Hey,
my dear girl. I mean, boy, are you gonna listen?
what do you want to debate, sir? These are the topics.
Do you believe in God? Yes or no?
Well, if you can read, the answer would probably be no.
No. Okay. Are you vegan? Yes or no?
So which topic do you want to debate?
I'm gonna debate all of them.
Okay, let's start with God is imaginary.
No.
Yes, you believe in
My
God?
dear girl, listen. Are you a
Do you
vegan?
believe in
Yes or
God?
no?
Do you believe in God?
My dear.
Okay. Who wants to be next? Did I have this dude in? I don't know if I did.
So we have scientists that want us to eat insects because of the protein.
Would you say?
We have scientists, we have biologists that have done studies to show that because of the parasites that are found in meat, that we should actually eat insects for the amino acids, the proteins, and the vitamin A and B. There's no science that supports going vegan.
No, sir. That there is science that supports being vegan. I suggest you go and look it up. You can look at the National Institute of Health. You can see many sources that actually show that you can be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet. It's not hard to find. It's not hard to find. Hey, what you got?
Hello. So I just have a question. So just like a question for you, about God and about the people that wrote about him. I mean Jesus and the people that wrote about him. So we know that many people died at the time, writing about Jesus. You know, believing in Jesus. They knew that they would die for that. But nevertheless, they still stood by Jesus, and they still they were willing to die because they believed that what they saw was true. So my question to you is, why would somebody do that and risk being tortured if what they saw? Why would they make that up?
Let me ask you a question. If I die for the fact that I believe the Earth is flat, does that make the Earth flat because I died for it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But the thing is, my question is, nobody has died.
One second, my dear boy. My dear boy. So you've seceded that just because you die for a belief, that doesn't necessarily make it true or increase the validity of that belief whatsoever. Carry on.
I mean, it depends on the situation. So if you were to die, because you believed in flat Earth, well, firstly, I think that if the death penalty was given to people who believed in the flat Earth, there wouldn't be people openly saying that they believed in the flat Earth. That's why the Jesus situation is different, because people did know that there was a punishment. People did know that they would be killed, but yet they still stood by it because they saw his miracles. They saw the etc. They saw him.
So you seem to have trouble focusing. So let me help you out.
Go on.
Listen here.
Yeah.
Again, as I said, even if there was a punishment, whatever, however you want to phrase it,
Yeah.
even if that's the case, that does not increase the validity of a belief. You need
But
scientific evidence.
I think to
One second. Let me finish. Shh. Just because if there's no evidence, there's no reason to believe it. So if you can provide evidence, then I'll gladly secede to your argument. But you're making a bunch of claims with zero evidence. So please provide it.
All right. Well, it's just that was just the question. It was just a thinking point about why would somebody
Why go vegan? Because you don't want to harm animals. Make sure you subscribe as well. Helps go a long way. Helps the lives keep going. Hey, what you got? Hello? No? Yeah. Shiver me timbers. Shiver me timbers. So you're telling me bad people don't get any consequences after dying? No, they don't. Why would they? Hey, what you got?
Hey, hi, hi,
What do you
hi.
want to debate? How old are you?
I am
How
20.
old?
I'm 20.
Okay, what do you want to debate?
I
What do you
want
want
to
to debate?
debate. No, I actually agree with you.
Okay then.
Yeah.
This will be interesting. So there's no point in, introducing because we know this is probably more than likely going to go. But before I do, can everybody hear me? Because we're having issues with sound again.
Can you speak louder? You're quite quiet. I can't really hear you that well.
I'm speaking as
I bring the
loud as I
microphone
can
close
get.
to you.
This is the
Okay,
problem with TikTok.
what do you want to debate? What do you want to debate? Come on.
Well, okay, so you're gonna let me talk, or you're gonna interrupt me the entire time? I deal with this all the time. This is nothing new to me.
My dear
So
boy,
what
are
do
you
wanna
paying
do?
attention? Can you hurry up and get to your argument? Because you're wasting my time. So please say what you need to say.
Well, if I'm wasting your time, then we all are, aren't we? Go ahead and drop me.
All
Just
right,
drop.
then. Have a nice day. Prove that wind and gravity are real. Gravity, wind. You're welcome. Hey, what you got? I can hear you. What do you want to debate? Sir, do you actually want to have a debate? Do you actually want to have a debate or not? I'll take that as a no. If God doesn't exist and it isn't wrong to kill, no, it's still you can still have a moral conscience without a deity. It would still be subjective even with a God. So you can still not kill without the existence of God. It's called having ethics. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. Hey, what you got?
I want to debate with the go vegan point. I just don't see the point. Like, why would I want to go vegan when I love eating meat?
Because animals are being tortured in the brutal ways, are being killed for you to have 15 minutes of pleasure on your taste buds,
Right,
which is quite cruel.
Here's the one condition that I would switch to vegan. If somebody fucking killed you, you stupid nigger.
Do you believe in God?
Yep.
Wow, do you think God would like you saying that? Like, this is exactly what
No,
believers
but
do, and this is what religion does to you. You've kind of exposed your religion, so
Yeah, but just
congratulations on that. So yeah, like, no surprise there. No surprise. It's kind of expected.
So I want to debate the God is imaginary fact, yeah?
Mhm.
So why don't you think God is real?
Because there's no evidence.
Personally, I think there's evidence.
If you want to show me, go ahead. Where's the evidence? I'm waiting.
So the evidence is essentially... Oh, shit.
Are you still there, sir? You're about to see the evidence and oh, he left. Dang. He really did have no evidence. No evidence of his God. That's crazy. That's not really crazy. I'm not surprised. You guys aren't really the best when it comes to evidence. It's quite unfortunate. So if you want to provide evidence, go ahead. If not, then don't expect anyone to believe. It's not very complicated. Just show me any evidence. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Brother, hey, what you got?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What do you want to debate?
All right. So, you're saying God is vegan, right?
I'm saying go vegan, and I'm saying God is imaginary. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Wait, let me read that properly. One sec. God is imaginary. Go vegan. Okay. So, God created.
So, do you want to debate or not?
So basically, you know,
I'll take that as a no. When you realize God's not real. Dang. Hey, what you got? What do you want to debate?
Do you think God is imaginary like Santa Claus?
Correct, sir.
Well,
done.
where do you think you came from?
We could have always been here.
Who gave you life? Your mom, right?
My parents.
Your mom
Correct.
gave.
Wow. Well done. You know basic biology.
You know anything
What's your
about
point?
you know anything about procreation?
I do know a few things, sir. Are you okay? You seem a bit slow. Is everything okay there?
No, it's just that I'm trying to give you a chance to listen to what I'm saying. If you would listen.
I can hear what you're saying, and you're not
So,
making
do
that
you
much sense,
believe
my
you
dear.
came from a monkey, or do you believe you came from a decent lady like your mom?
Sir, are you okay? Are you paying attention, my dear boy? Do
In
you have an
other words,
argument, or
do
are
you
you just here to
believe?
play around? It's always the
No,
games with you.
listen. You're being too quick. You gotta learn to listen. Do you believe in evolution?
Evolution is a fact, sir. Is there some part of that you're not comprehending?
No. Is there a part that you? If it's so true, why we still got monkeys and gorillas?
Okay. This dude was about to say, why do we still have monkeys and gorillas? They're just as evolved as we. They just took a different evolutionary path. It's very simple. It's not difficult to comprehend. Feel free to subscribe as well. It helps go a long way. It helps keep the lives keep going. Feel free to subscribe. Appreciate it a lot. And make sure you go and check out the YouTube as well and subscribe there. That also helps a long way as well. And check out all my other debates. But you guys need to come up with actual arguments. Like, it's genuinely sad. Hey, what you got?
Okay, wait. God is imaginary. Now, as quickly as you could say, prove to you that God is real. What do you have to prove that He's not? What do you have to prove that He's not real?
You have evidence of his existence? Can you provide a shred of evidence, a scrounge of evidence? Just a little bit of evidence? That's all I'm asking for.
I'll give you evidence in this way because I can tell you're very smart, so you're going to be able to break down with science and evolution and all of these things. I know how you're going to break this down, but here's the thing. Everything that was before you is my evidence. Everything that we've used, everything that we've examined, everything that we have subscribed to God is my evidence. The Bible is my evidence. But here's the question that I would ask you. If God is not real to you, then where did anything begin? And give me something of substance. Where was the beginning if there was no God? Because far as we know, the beginning started with God. So in order for you to say He's not real, what was the beginning?
1 second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. Let me explain to what you're saying. Okay, so you made a bunch of claims there. I don't know exactly where to start. You said quite a few things. I'm just trying to keep a tab. I'm not writing anything down, so forgive me if I don't address all of them. But first of all, I could try and hypothesize and say we could have always been here, and that's a possibility that could be the case, that we may not have had a creator. But regardless, I can simply say I don't know, because I don't know is perfectly fine. But if you're claiming that a God did it, you need to show the evidence for your claim. The burden of proof is on you to prove that a supernatural being made the world, made everything, and that supernatural being, you need to provide evidence of him. And second of all, where did God come from as well? Where could he have come from? That's what I would ask you.
If you're asking me where did he come from, I think he knew this day would come when these questions would get bigger and broader. And I think the greatest thing that he did say when he was asked about that, he said, "Tell them I am that I am."
Okay, sir, you seem to be preaching here, but you haven't provided any evidence. We need in
But,
science.
but,
You
but,
need
but
to
no,
provide.
no, no. Hold on, hold
One second, my
on.
dear boy.
If you're gonna,
One second, my dear boy.
go ahead.
Let me help you out. Let me help you out. You seem to be struggling with like cognitively with this debate. So as I was saying, you need to provide some tangible evidence. You're kind of preaching at this point. You're not providing
I'll,
evidence in
I'll,
science.
I'll, I'll
So I'd
give you,
appreciate.
I'll give you one thing right now that's evidence, but at the same turn, I want you to give me evidence that he's not. Give me tangible evidence. I'm going to stand on the Bible and say he's real.
Okay,
Now that's where I'm starting at. I'm starting with the Bible. Now give me
the evidence.
something.
One second, one second. Let's come back to Earth. I'm just here to check that we're on planet Earth together. You need to provide
Mhm.
evidence for your beliefs. If you're saying the Bible proves the Bible, that's circular reasoning because you're saying the Bible is true because God is real because the Bible is true, and you're kind of going round in circles. You can't use the Bible to prove
But
it's the
here's the
Bible.
thing. Here's the thing. Hold on, hold on. I said I'll start with the Bible. I'm going to start with the Bible because I asked you just for one thing. I say, give me one thing that you can use to prove that he's not real. I'm just starting with the Bible. I'll go wherever I need to go to get there, but I chose the Bible as my first point to him being real. All I'm asking you is, give me something that shows he's not. Give me something that's tangible that shows he's not.
The fact that we cannot see him, test for him, experience him in the physical realm in any way, shape, or form, in any meaningful scientific manner. That's why. Is that an answer to your question?
Okay, but that goes back to what I just said. Tell them I am that I am. He owes you. No, 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 no.
Okay, sir. You seem to have struggled intellectually in this debate, so you need to go and try and, get evidence. Thank you.
Haywood.
Oh my goodness, I wanted to talk to him. I'm sorry. I didn't know that this was just like a one-on-one. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yo,
hey, would you go?
yo.
Would you want to debate?
Oh, bro. So you don't believe God is real, right?
Yeah. Do you believe God is real?
Yeah, but if you don't believe, yeah, so there's no morals, right? There's no morals if God is not real. There's no like
We can
religion.
have morals. First of all, we can have
You
morals.
can't, 'cause
Second of all,
you
even
can't have morals because there's no afterlife. There's no point. What's the point?
sir, there being an afterlife and a human being having morals are totally separate things.
It's
First,
not
we have no
totally separate.
evidence.
What's the point of morals if there's nothing there? You can just do whatever you want. You're free to do whatever you want. Kill people,
We can have
kill
ethics.
animals.
You can have ethics. Sir, you do realize you can do that. One second, my dear boy. 1 second. Don't skip around. Let's
Okay.
check we're here. You seem to have trouble focusing, so let me help you out.
I'm not. How
First
am I
of
not
all, even with
focusing?
1 second, my dear boy.
Okay,
We see
okay.
even with God, that would still be the issue because God also tells his followers to kill other people. The Bible is what religion are you, may I ask?
Oh, don't worry, bro. Agnostic.
Just your religion, please.
I'm
What's your
agnostic.
religion?
No religion, bro. No religion.
Okay, so do you believe in God at all?
Bro, I'm not answering your question, bro.
Okay, then stop wasting my time if you're not here to debate because it's quite frustrating. Hey, would you go?
Hello.
Would you want to debate, sir?
Why should I go vegan?
Because you don't want to hurt animals. You don't want to cause them harm and suffering.
But men hunt. Men have
Would
hunted
you
since
men hunt?
civilization.
No,
Men
sir.
hunt since civilization.
No.
Yes, if you look in history, yes, men have hunted forever. Let me see your
That's not the
muscles, buddy.
case. 1 second, my dear boy.
Let me see your
explain to you.
muscles.
1 second, my dear boy. You don't men. That's just quite frankly not true. You could say men also enslave. Men enslave, so men should do that. No, that is not the case. That is not a rational argument, and you are quite frankly wrong. So does anyone who have an actual rational debate want to come in here and speak? Hey, what you got?
Man, yeah, I just want to know what the deal with the whole vegan thing is. I mean, everybody's entitled, I guess, to believe what they want about God. That's a whole different subject. But why the vegan thing? I mean, I heard you say that you don't want to hurt animals, but I mean, they're not really hurting animals. There's a very specific way that, it's done. I
First
mean,
of
have you ever
all,
been to a
you're
farm?
wrong. 1 second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. First of all, you're wrong. They are hurting animals. Factory farming is very painful to animals that exist. Second of all, even if it was painless, you're still ending the life of a being that doesn't want to be killed, and hence it's still a wrong thing to do. Do you
So
understand that? You're still struggling to comprehend.
would you say that we're just privileged enough to even invent the word vegan because of our technology? And you know that being vegan actually hurts the environment more?
No, 70% of crops are grown to feed animals. So how on earth would that even make sense? Are you
Because
comprehending what you're saying?
do you know
Are you
how,
on planet Earth, my
yes,
boy?
because in order to get enough crops to only be vegan, you have to use pesticides and basically kill all the wildlife around to make these crop farms to feed, let's say, everyone that was vegan.
And way more are used to feed the animals if you were listening to what I was saying instead of just ignoring it. Can you please pay attention? Like, this is getting very annoying. You just ignored what I said. Hey, what you got? Hello?
No one.
All right. Also, I'm gonna say it in a bit, but there's very big issues with these religions and these books.
Yo, can you hear
Hey,
me?
I can hear you. What you gonna say?
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can hear you all
Okay.
right.
Okay,
What do you want
I'm
to
a
do?
little bit all right, so I just wanna wonder, how okay, since agriculture was invented by humanity, how else did we get food from before then? And also,
Sir,
yeah, 'cause
um,
that's a literal what's that?
what topic are you trying to debate here? I'm a bit
The
confused.
the go vegan debate.
Okay, why aren't you vegan? Why aren't you vegan?
Well, first of all, um the entire idea of just veganism doesn't make too much sense to me because it is quite like a privileged thing when you think about it.
Well, sir, it's about
Why
them
aren't
not harming
lions vegan?
animals, sir.
Like, are do you agree?
Sir, are you a lion? 1 second,
Okay,
my dear
a
boy.
human. Okay,
Lions are carnivores. They have to eat
yeah,
meat. They have no choice but to eat meat.
I
They
have to eat
absolutely
meat as
have to.
well.
You don't have to. No, you don't. You can eat plant-based foods. You don't have to.
But
You
you know,
don't. You simply
protein.
don't.
Okay,
You can go to a store.
you're right.
You can again, you can be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet. So I need you to pay attention and actually use your brain.
Okay,
You can be perfectly
no,
healthy on a
listen.
vegan diet.
For my own personal goals, I really can't be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet because, like, I don't know if you noticed, but like protein from like peanut butter, even at like 20 grams of protein from peanut butter isn't the same as like from meat.
One
So it
second.
doesn't really benefit my own personal goals. But
1 second, my dear boy. You seem
yeah,
to have
my
trouble
fault.
focusing with what I'm saying. You seem to have trouble in the hot seat right now because you realize that you're quite frankly wrong. If you actually listen to
No,
what
no,
I'm saying
I don't know
instead
what
of
I'm wrong.
talking, 1 second, my dear boy. If you actually listen to what I'm saying instead of talking, then you realize that you quite frankly do not need to eat meat. You don't need to eat meat. It's a fact. You can actually be perfectly healthy on a vegan diet. That includes protein, that includes creatine, that includes vitamin B12. These are perfectly present in vegan foods. So you don't need to harm animals or cause them suffering. Is there some part of that you're not comprehending, or do I need to explain it for the third time
I
again?
mean, you don't need to eat meat. You can get creatine from just supplementing everything like that and protein, but you
You
also
don't
don't
even
have to drink water. You can just drink Powerade and
young
Gatorade for the
man,
rest of your days,
young
and you can
man,
stay
young
alive.
man, young man, you don't even need to supplement. You can be perfectly healthy. Beans, pastas, lentils, tofu, these contain perfect amount of food that you need. So What is your excuse for the last
You don't,
time?
yeah, like you said, you don't need, you know, protein from animals, but you also don't need water from just pure drinking.
This is annoying. This is annoying.
Hello?
Say what you want to
Yeah, so is that first prompt a positive affirmation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any rationally defensible grounds for the positive affirmation?
The fact that you have zero evidence. Are you religious, young man?
Uh, no, but I think God definitely exists. But what's the rationally defensible grounds, by the way?
One second, my dear boy. You said you contradicted yourself. I said you're religious, and you said no, and then you said you think God exists. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, where's your evidence for God?
Yeah, sure. First, before we even get into the conversation about evidence, are you saying that you don't have a rationally defensible grounds for the positive affirmation?
I'm saying that you don't have. You're making the positive affirmation. You're saying
No,
a
I'm not.
deity
You're the one that
exists,
made the
so you
positive
don't have
affirmation.
evidence.
It's right there on your screen. God is imaginary. I asked you first if that was a positive affirmation, and you said yes,
Yes,
correct?
my defense is that you don't have evidence for a God. Hence, there's no reason to believe in one. Is there some
That's
part
not a
of that you're
rationally
not comfortable?
defensible. That's not a rationally defensible
That is,
position for the
sir.
positive
Let me help
affirmation.
you out. Let me help you out, my dear boy.
You
You're
don't have to help me
understanding
out.
that you're
I just
making a
think you don't know
claim.
what you're talking about.
1 second. One second. Close your lips so I can respond to what you're saying. You seem to have issues in the hot seat right now because you need to provide evidence,
So are
yet
you
you're
saying you
unable
don't
to.
have a rationally defensible
One
position?
second, 1 second, my dear boy. So I need you to provide evidence, tangible evidence that we can test. That's how we come to conclusions in science. We test
Okay.
observations and we can come
Yeah.
to paradigms. So where is your evidence, physical, tangible evidence that your deity exists?
Yeah. So here's the first problem. Okay, you've already made a category error. When we talk about evidence, first of all, tangible evidence is only one kind of evidence. This is what epistemology is. Okay, evidence is actually a broader term than that. It just has to deal with anything that makes a proposition more or less probable given the data set. Okay, that's what evidence means. Do you agree or you disagree with this?
Sure. So where is your
Okay,
evidence that
so
helps you?
since hold up. So since you don't disagree that evidence is broader than just physical, testable, tangible evidence, you also accept that there's logical analysis for the existence of a God, correct?
No. I don't agree. I do believe that it
What
needs to
don't
be
you agree
physical,
with?
testable, tangible. That that your categorization of evidence, it does need to be tangible, testable, and physical, or
Okay,
else it's
can
as
you
good
go
as
on? Do you have a
imaginary.
computer next to you?
Pardon?
Do you have a computer next to you?
A laptop? Yeah. What's your point?
Okay, go on the laptop and type in epistemology and tell me what it says.
You know, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Just go ahead and type it real quick and tell me what it says. And then when you're done,
What is
type evidence and tell me what it says.
what does epistemology mean to you? 1 second, my dear boy. What does epistemology mean to you?
Epistemology is the study, is how we come to know things to be true. So can you look it up and tell me what it says?
1 second. First of all, do you have any
Just tell me
evidence?
what it
You're
says.
kind of
I
getting.
just need you to tell me what it
You're
says.
getting.
Look it up. Look it
One
up and tell me
second,
what it
my dear boy. Relax 1 second. Relax 1 second. You're getting off track. You have any evidence?
says. Yeah, but first we have to define what evidence means. So can you tell me what epistemology is? Just tell me what it says, and then we can
That's
get to it.
nothing to do with the debate. You're trying to distract from what we're saying.
So
Could you
you
stay
can't
on
look it
track?
up. Just get on your laptop and tell me what it says.
Sure. 1 second, my dear boy. You need to use your brain and listen. Close your lips so I can respond to what you're saying.
Are you gonna tell me what it
Here's
says
the
on
case.
Google?
1 second, my dear boy. Here's the case. You need to provide evidence for your beliefs. You're saying that God is real. So what is your evidence that you're providing that we can actually
Listen,
test?
I have zero problem providing the evidence. What I'm trying to get you to
So
understand
show
now
it.
is
I'm
hold up.
waiting.
What I'm trying to
I'm
get you to
waiting.
understand now is what
Show
I'm
it.
trying to get you to understand now is that you have to be able to cogently define what you mean by evidence. And this is going to be in the field of epistemology, okay? You think evidence is only tangible and physical, which is incorrect. There's logical analysis that gets you to conclusions about what is true and what is not true about facts of the world, and which is also
No,
evidence, by the way. That's what evidence means.
you're
Or you
making
can go on Google right now.
one
Okay,
second.
did you look up
One
epistemology?
second. 1 second. You seem to have problems with intellectually with this debate. So let me help you out. If
Did
you're
you look
making
it
a
up? Yes or no? Just
one
look it up.
second, my dear boy,
Just
let me
look it up.
respond. If you're making a physical claim about reality, you need to have evidence for that physical claim. I've had to mute you because you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're making a claim about reality. First of all, I want to ask you: are you of a certain religion?
Okay, I'm gonna
Hello.
look it up because you can't look it up for some reason.
Are
So
you of a certain religion?
let's look it up.
Okay, you look it up then. You tell me what
Yeah,
epistemology
because
means
I
to
asked you
you.
to look it up and then you couldn't look it up for some reason. So I'll look it up myself, right?
Thank you.
All right,
Go ahead and look it up.
epistemology, theory of knowledge, especially with regard to methods, validity, and scope, the investigation of what distinguishes justified true belief from opinion, or in other words, how we come to know things to be true. Okay, now let's look at the definition of evidence. 1 second. Let me look this up. Okay, here we go. All right, the available body of facts or information indicating whether a belief or proposition is true or valid. Okay, do you
So show
reject
me
this
the.
definition?
No,
Do you
I agree.
reject the
So show me.
definition?
I just said I don't reject it and I believe it's true. So show me the available, ready body of facts that prove that your God is real, which is what I've been waiting for you to do this whole time, but you've
Okay.
tried to distract.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
So now that you've accepted that evidence isn't only physical, we're going to get to the evidence, okay? The evidence has to do with existential origins, since it's the case that all the objects of our material universe exist in a state of composition, and since it's also the case that composite objects are causally dependent on other things to receive their being, since it's also the case that there cannot be an infinite regress of causally dependent beings, it necessarily follows that there must be a foundational metaphysical necessity for all things in reality. Do you have a contention?
No, sir, I have no contention.
Okay, do you understand what I just said?
Sir, what's your point? You're reading out definitions, but you've still yet to provide
I
any
just
evidence,
gave
which
you
is what
I just gave you the evidence. Do you understand what I said?
you didn't. I did not even hear the word God once, so clearly that was not evidence for your beliefs.
Oh,
First, I want to ask
God
you, are you
is
of a
the
certain religion?
metaphysical.
1 second, my dear boy. Are you of a certain religion?
Yes, but we're talking about God, the
What
existence of a
religion?
God at all, so that doesn't matter.
I will get. I will get to that. I will get to that. What religion are you?
Yeah. That doesn't matter to the conversation. We're talking about
It
the
definitely
existence of a
matters.
God at all.
Sir, could you say what religion are you? It would help know what God you mean. Because can we define God? God is
Oh
a
yeah, we're
very
talking about the Christian
undefined thing.
God. Yeah.
So if we need to define what we actually mean by God, you need to know the actual definition. So
Oh
do you
yeah,
have a definition?
I can give you a definition of God. Yeah. So God is the necessary metaphysical principle for all things that exist, for all things in reality. He's the necessary metaphysical foundation. That's what God means. Okay.
What do you mean by
Okay.
metaphysical?
Yeah. So when I say metaphysical, what metaphysics just has to do with things that are extramental to the physical world. So beyond the physical world. Okay.
What is an example of something that is beyond the physical world? How would that thing exist? Something
Yeah.
that is beyond the physical world. You're basically describing a non-existent being. So can you
Yeah.
describe
So
the being?
like things like consciousness or things like qualitative phenomenal experiences, those things are immaterial. They interact with the physical world, but they're immaterial things that exist. Your mic is cutting out. I don't understand. I can't hear what you're saying.
Unfortunately, I had to answer a call. So yeah, I had to sort something out. Anyways, make sure you guys also subscribe as well. It helps go a long way in the lives. I'll be off pretty soon. I'll have that dude back, but I'll be off pretty soon. But make sure you subscribe to the live as well. Make sure you join. You get extra perks as well. And make sure you go check out the YouTube for all my other debates. Go subscribe there as well. I'll be ending soon. I will debate that dude again, but it's just that I'm quite busy, so I had to sort something out, unfortunately. But yeah, I would absolutely debate that dude. I'm sorry I had to end it because I had something I need to sort out. But yeah, anyways, I'll start the debate with him and then yeah, I'll
Wait, if you're busy, why are you on live?
No, I just had something to sort out. Anyways, could you answer like what religion you are? It would really help to know what God you believe in. You seem to have avoided it.
Yeah, sure, I'm Christian, but I gave you a definition of God.
Thank you. Okay, so the Christian God is the one that you believe in. So I'm assuming you believe in the Bible as well. Is that the case?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the Bible.
Pardon?
My defense for God is actually I'm not even going to use the Bible and still prove to you that God exists.
Well, the Bible is what you believe in, so I can refer to the Bible to refute it, since the Bible is kind of the God.
I'm
The
not
Bible is
using
the
the
God you
Bible in
believe
my
in. So
argument. So why are you trying to
yeah,
like
but
beg?
that's the God you believe in, so I can use it. That's an illogical being. Like for example,
I'm not using the Bible.
let's
Did
say-
you hear what I just said?
sir,
I'm
that's
using.
you said you're Christian, so why not? That's the Word of God. That's the one you
Yeah,
should
yeah. So
use.
look, host, look, listen, right? You can come to know. This is why it's important to understand epistemology. You can come to knowledge about
Sir,
things, right,
one
without
second,
even
my dear
using the
boy.
Bible. You can come to
One
knowledge
second.
about God.
Relax. Listen here. You can try and move the topic to whatever, but you just said you're Christian, so the Bible is essentially part of your argument. So I can refer to the Bible to refute what you're saying.
Yeah,
So
you can refute it if
regardless,
I'm using the Bible for my argument, but I'm not. So it's pointless for you to
sir,
go to the Bible if I'm not using that.
1 second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy.
I'm not your
The
dear
the
boy.
Bible is
My name is
essentially the
Kay.
crux. The Bible is essentially the crux of your argument. That's the whole point, which is
No,
why I
it's
want to
not.
use it
I
to
just
refute
told
what
you
you're
it's
saying.
how many times do I have to
It
tell you
is. You
I'm
said
not
you're
using the
Christian,
Bible?
sir. 1 second. You said you're Christian, so it is. You can try and bring up epistemology, which is quite frankly irrelevant to what we're currently trying to debate right now.
How is it
It is
irrelevant?
relevant, but I'll discuss it later.
What?
I'll discuss
Do
it
you know what
later.
epistemology is?
Can you hear what I'm saying? I'm just checking to confirm we're on the planet Earth together, so we understand what we're debating. So
Yeah, I'll
so
let you
here's the
go.
case, young man. Young man, you're yelling. Young man, relax. Here's the case. I can use the word of the Bible since you admitted you're Christian. That is the God you're referring to. So those necessary beings and contingent beings on that God are relevant to the Bible. So you need to provide evidence for those things, or else you're quite frankly just talking about irrelevant things that aren't important. So do you have any evidence for this being existing? Where is the tangible evidence that we can see? In science, that's how we come to conclusions. That's how we decide things. We need evidence, physical evidence that can test for it. Do you have any?
Okay. So once again, I'm going to go over this again. Tangible physical evidence, especially in the realm of science, is just one way to come to truth about the physical world. Once we're taught, hold on, let me finish.
No, because you're not correct. You're spouting
You're incorrect.
falsehoods. We
You're
need
muting me
tangible
because you know
physical
I'm
evidence.
cooking you. That's why you're muting me,
You're
because you
making
know I'm
stuff
cooking
up.
you. Listen,
One
this
second.
is
One
literally
second, my dear
epistemology.
boy.
This is the
No, sir. You're not, and you don't understand what epistemology is, and you don't understand what you're saying. I'm trying
I
to
didn't even
help
know
you
what it
out
was
because
until I brought it up. What are you saying? You didn't even know what.
you're intellectually struggling with this debate, and you don't understand what I'm saying, which is quite frankly embarrassing at this point. But
You're trying to
regardless,
tell
do you
me
have tangible evidence that we can actually know this stuff is true? I'd appreciate if you'd show me. And I'm waiting it. Evidence is what I'm asking for.
Are you
I don't want
done?
to go into definitions and semantics. Where's
Okay.
the evidence?
Are you done?
Where's the evidence?
Just let me
Where's
know
the
if you're done so
evidence?
I can respond. Are you done?
Do you
Okay,
have
great.
evidence?
Yeah, so I have evidence and I provided it to you. And also, it's important to understand the terms that we use, okay? So, evidence is not only physical, there's different kinds of evidence. This is why it's important to understand epistemology, okay? So, if you're looking for physical, hold up, why won't you let me?
1 second, my dear boy.
Not
Evidence
finish.
needs to be tangible. Evidence needs to be tangible. That is the case. The evidence does need to be tangible.
Oh,
We can't just
substantiate
make
that.
it. You're
Substantiate
making a
that.
claim. 1 second, my dear boy. You're making a claim and providing zero evidence for the claim that you are spouting, and
You don't even
hence
know what
no one
evidence
should
is.
believe you.
You don't even know what evidence
Hence,
is.
hence, no one should believe you, and hence, it is irrelevant in the debate we are talking about. So, do you want to provide evidence or
Okay, let me ask
not?
you. Let me ask you a question, host. Okay, I'm gonna.
Anyways, that dude just would not provide evidence. I continually asked you. You want to bring up things that are not relevant to the exact thing we're talking about. Everyone, feel free to subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. Feel free to subscribe. Also, check out the YouTube for my other debates as well. And yeah, I will be ending the live. But yeah, go subscribe to YouTube, check out my other debates. And also, yeah, the issue with these religions, especially Christianity, which my dear Christian over here who couldn't provide evidence and wanted to keep speaking about epistemology, is the fact that these religions are very misogynistic. They do not describe women in a respectful way. They say women should not speak in the church. They say women can be used as chattel and property, which is quite frankly disgusting, which is quite sad that many people follow such a misogynistic religion. And it's very annoying because I take peace to the women, peace to the saints, and peace to the women. Women are very, very important, and I love women a lot, and I have a much respect for women. And I feel like these religions are very misogynistic, especially Islam. It's very disrespectful to talk about women in this sort of manner, saying that they're just, you can take their slaves and do all of that. And another thing is, the God of the Bible genocided the whole world during the flood. I'm sure there were babies alive at the time, and he still managed to kill all of the babies who could not have committed any sin, which is quite frankly disgusting. So if you would like to come and explain that, I'd appreciate that. And there's literally quote from the Bible. It's just quite frankly a very misogynist